Okay, are we live?
The nostalgic feeling.
Yep, there's the preview, letting me know we're live.
Nice.
Oh boy, I am excited for tonight. Ever since Friday night, I have not been able to stop thinking about this.
I want to see your overlay. Ooh, nice.
Oh, you want to see the overlay? Yeah, here. Let me
I'm seeing the whole thing on.
take out the game window and the chat here.
Looks good.
There you go.
Looks good.
Yeah, I really like the picture you chose. It fits what's gonna happen tonight perfectly.
Yep.
Oh, I can't wait for the showdown tonight.
Foreshadowing. Oh yeah, let us.
Yeah. Like I said when you showed me the image you chose for the thumbnail, a grim foretelling of what's to come with the path that we're heading down right now. Whoo, baby.
Yes.
Alright. Let me just ping the server here. Notification King.
Yeah. You still have the same message in the description. Nice.
Yep, I updated the top, but I left the rest of it the same.
Yeah. And you just finally added the Discord server link.
Yep, I put it in the description instead of at the top, since there wouldn't be any room for it with, you know, the message that I have there.
Yeah. My dog's in my room.
Oh, cute.
Yeah, she's a Jack Russell. She's a cute dog. But she sleeps most of the day and she's useless.
That sounds like my cat Farley in the afternoon. She spends most of every afternoon just in her bed sleeping.
Oh yeah, it's
Yep, every day. Just finished playing Bed Wars and gotta say I'm still shit at it. Good to know, Zach.
Amazing.
How's your day?
Yes. How are you, man? So you're done sending out the links soon?
Nope. Just typing up my little blurb about what's going down tonight. Alright. Copy that for where else I'm gonna send it. There we go.
Nice.
Server's been notified. Yep, I said we are the villain. When I was told about a battle of wits and that we would be playing God, this was not what I had in mind, but I am pumped to see it now. The showdown happens tonight.
Yes.
Oh. That's because I binded a hotkey to That's because I binded a hotkey to chat, Zach.
Yes. If you guys missed the last one, which I'm pretty sure you guys haven't, we just discovered our protagonist was the villain all along.
Yeah.
Azari Kyosuke is the other half of Mao. The
devil. You know, the guy who's been manipulating everything behind the scenes of the Sano Corporation.
Yes, the one who kidnapped.
Yeah, the one who kidnapped. The one who kidnapped Tsubaki's little brother.
Yes.
My God, I still have not been able to get over that. That absolutely blew my mind last session.
Yeah, fuck, we are.
Man, it was so good.
Yes. Sup, Misfit?
Hey, Onyx, good to see ya.
It is time now. You're putting the Oh, yep, you put it in the disheartened community. Nice.
Yep, I did with the last one too.
Nice.
That's probably what made Friday Night even more shocking. Is that I put both of them in the disheartened server. Yeah, you know.
Yep.
Because I've been doing the other ones there. Zach says still sad about that. Oh, that Azai Kyosuke is both sides of the coin.
Yeah.
Personally, dude, I was so hyped for that.
Oh, yeah.
Because I seriously thought that he, and Mao were two different entities, and that they would meet at some point, or, Mao's, game that he has going on with Yusumi would get in, would interfere with whatever he's trying to do with what Kyosuke's trying to do.
Yeah, but
with his mates at school or whatever. But
yeah, we originally
God,
theorized what it was like if Asami got Kyosuke involved. But Jesus Christ, I never predicted this.
No, I did not see this coming at all. I did not see this coming at all. Yeah, that's why we went for as long as we did last time. We just didn't want to stop.
Yeah.
And I have the day off work tomorrow, so once again, we can go as long as you want to, dude.
Yeah. Alright.
I am good to go for a nice long session.
Yep, I've got my Jack and Coke. I'm ready.
Yep, I've got my first bottle of water here. Just gonna make a YouTube post.
Yeah, and Zach's more upset because, in his words, sadly the video I edited for the mod friend I'm working with is being held off till tomorrow.
Yeah, I saw that in the chat. There we go. I forgot to make a community post for the last one. So I'm not forgetting that tonight. There we go.
Who knows, maybe we'll get more traffic.
We'll just have to wait and see, I guess. Alright. Yep. Okay, yeah, this was from our last session. This was where we left off. I think
Kyosuke waking up.
I think this is the day. I think, if I remember right, this is the day the transaction goes down.
Yeah.
Because
ooh, that music.
Yeah. Yeah, if I remember right from last time, they set up the transaction for today, and this is where the showdown is going to happen.
And Mao got Usami involved, but then Tsubaki to do the transaction herself.
Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if that was his plan all along, but he just phrased it as, "Oh, I was thinking I was going to have your dad do it, but you know what? I want you to do it."
This is getting interesting.
Yes! Oh my god. I'm so pumped for this. So let's get to it. The morning chill seemed a touch colder today. Alright, I've got a full day ahead of me, too. Finishing up the preparations for the day, I walked to the door, only to have the cell in my chest pocket suddenly ring. Hello? It was Tsubaki. I'm really sorry about calling this early. Nah, it's no problem. Something happened? Well, I'm going to deliver the ransom today. Oh. I pretended to be surprised. That's a lot of pressure. Can you do it by yourself? Yeah, this is the only thing that I can do. I sensed a steeled resolution in Tsubaki's voice. I'm sorry that I can't be with you at a time like this.
Feel
You've-
your resolve.
Yes. You've already done enough, Azai-kun.
Yes,
Well,
he has
I
done
still
enough,
have
hasn't he?
work to do. Yes, quite. I'll come right over after I'm finished. Yeah, after I'm finished. Thanks. I'll be waiting. I hung up and walked out the door.
This is Mao, isn't it?
Finally. I couldn't contain my amusement. A smile tugged at my lips. Let's enjoy this little game, shall we? This is gonna be good.
Oh yeah.
9 o'clock in the morning.
My stream lagged for a second. It was weird.
I'm not dropping frames.
No, I'm good.
So, is it might be the Discord stream then?
Yeah, it was the Discord stream. It was
Okay.
like your call and that slowed down for me for a second. It's good now.
All right. Ha! Zach says, I have my shirt off and my red Dave Smith hat on. I'm a lazy biatch. Nice.
Yes.
Haru's mind was as clear as the winter sky.
Alright, then, Tsubaki, this time let's use our powers of friendship to apprehend the culprit.
You seem ready and raring to go, Haru-chan.
Did you bring the ransom?
Yep. Tsubaki is holding the certificates in an envelope, cradling it like a precious child. After waving to Tsubaki's parents, who had walked the pair to the door, the two of them left for Central Boulevard. Where did all these people come from? Even at noon on Central Boulevard, this monstrous crowd is out of the ordinary. Hold on. Based on that silhouette, I think this is Yusumi's monologue.
It looks like this is
So
my turn.
I'll let you take over.
Alright.
Hey, Haru-chan?
What?
Do you think it's okay for the two of us to go together?
Tsubaki's stride was getting heavier by the second. Haru matched her footsteps, moving in tandem. He didn't say that we can't.
That is true.
In fact, Haru was under the impression that Mao was practically inviting her to participate in this incident.
Yeah, I can't deny that.
Yeah. Still, I think it might be better if I kept my distance. Mao had likely anticipated Haru's involvement.
Yep, for sure.
If so, then instead of delivering the ransom with Tsubaki, it would be better to try and hide and pounce on Mao at the opportune moment. For example, the best chance of nabbing Mao might come when his attention is focused on Tsubaki during the exchange.
What should we do?
Tsubaki asked. She must still be worried about going alone. It'll be fine. I'm going to be right by your side.
Really?
Yeah, only I'll keep a reasonable distance and watch over you from afar.
So you're going to be keeping Overwatch, essentially.
Tsubaki tilted her head dubiously.
Wait, does that mean we can't contact each other after this?
That's right.
I see.
Haru put her hand on Tsubaki's shoulder. If it ever looks like you're going to be any trouble, I'll dash out and save you immediately. That one sentence made Tsubaki relax, if only a little. A hint of crimson flashed across her face, and she nodded.
Yeah, I guess.
Let me say one last thing.
Sure. What?
I'll try with all my might to catch the kidnapper. However, if he evades me, I intend to focus on keeping the ransom.
Really?
Tsubaki frowned again, apprehensive once more. Tsubaki must still want to follow the instructions of the kidnapper and give him the ransom. Listen closely, Tsubaki. Even if the criminal escapes, as long as we have the ransom, there's a chance there will be another exchange, I think. Mao will try to contact the family again in an attempt to get the ransom. And after that, a second battle will ensue. This should be true. A foreboding and feeling ringled about in Haru's gut.
Yeah, because we still have a kidnapped child to consider as well.
One can claim that Haru's speculations are appropriate, but they make the critical assumption that Mao's goal is to get the ransom. To the best of her knowledge, though, this crime wasn't committed by a person who needs money. Just how much is 50 million in shares to Mao? Still, Haru remains stubbornly convinced that Mao is just trying to provoke her. In Mao's eyes, it might be less of a challenge and more of a game. Whatever the case, if Mao intends to defeat Haru, she would simply have to beat him to the punch. Of course, there's a chance that Mao might kill Hiroaki-kun out of retaliation when he realizes his defeat. Haru couldn't tear this unsettling thought from her mind.
Yeah, I wasn't thinking going that far, but definitely taking things a step further from, the hair that he sent them last time.
Yes, that might be a problem.
Yeah. Haru-chan, I'll say what I said yesterday. Do what you want to do.
Thank you. I thought you'd say that. Tsubaki stuck out her tongue.
You're a really mysterious person, Haru-chan.
What's that supposed to mean?
You sort of seemed like dead weight sometimes, but you're full of vigor at other times. Which one is the real you?
Who knows? To be looked into by another gave Haru a tingling feeling.
Haru-chan, do you change schools often?
I guess.
Really? That must be exhausting.
As kind as she was, Tsubaki must have realized that Haru probably didn't have many friends. Hey, Tsubaki, other people tend to call me disgusting. Her words, seeming to come out of nowhere, shocked Tsubaki wide-eyed. If you think I'm disgusting too, you don't have to be friends with me, you know. Haru thought of the past. The past where she perpetually hid her loneliness behind a lone wolf attitude and a cynical facade. However, Tsubaki's response was firm.
Don't say such sad things.
Surprised, Haru looked at Tsubaki.
You're my friend, Haru-chan.
Just why would such a pure girl exist in real life?
I like how both her and Mao came to that conclusion.
Yes. Tsubaki's gaze was firm, charismatic even. Haru decided in the back of her mind to do everything in her power for Tsubaki, no matter what happened. She couldn't understand the reason behind it, and Haru's confusion showed on her face. There's one last question I have to ask you.
What? I thought the last thing was the last.
This one really is the last, and it's an extremely important question.
Alright.
Haru fixed her gaze on Tsubaki. Tsubaki, do you like Zai-san? Tsubaki obviously hadn't expected that as she blushed red. Well, do you?
That's...
I'm asking whether you like him or not.
Yeah, I like him. Of course I like him. You can't find anyone as reliable as him. What do you mean,
So her first impression was correct. Haru's emotions grew complicated. On the contrary, Tsubaki's mind seemed to have already cleared up.
No matter what, thank you, Haru-chan.
Tsubaki said.
We should talk more after Hiroaki comes back. There's so much to talk about.
Haru nodded.
Alright, see you later, Zach. Thanks for checking in.
Yep, see ya, man.
Yes, sayonara.
This time it was Sabaki's words that helped Haru relax. After all, she had just gained an excellent friend. Do we think that? Ooh, Tsubaki's perspective.
And you see,
Take it ahead.
the title of this piece is Showdown. It's time. Here we go.
Yes.
It was already 11:10. Tsubaki glanced at the clock on Central Boulevard to double-check the time. After parting with Haru, she had been on her own, following the kidnapper's instructions by herself. Almost right after the mall opened, she walked in. Per the criminal's demands, she spent 6,000 yen on a cheap attache case. The ransom, worth virtually everything the entire family owns, was already in that briefcase. Tsubaki dialed on the cell phone Haru gave her. It was strong in both battery life and signal. Hello? The call connected quickly. The kidnapper's captivating voice circled around her ear. You must be a model student, Tsubaki. Pardon? You prepared the briefcase in record time. The mall only opened at 11. She had no idea what he was talking about.
He's watching her.
She had no choice but to rush with her brother's life on the line. I hope that you can be this quick from here on out. Tsubaki could only give a faint response. Are you on Central Boulevard right now? Yes. Head to Central Business. Do you know that big park with a nice view of Sano Corporation's headquarters? Where am I supposed to be inside the park? There's a big billboard. You can't miss it. Stand beside it. We'll meet there. I understand. Hurry. The call was suddenly disconnected. Tsubaki stopped and looked around, searching for Haru. However, sweeping her gaze through the bustling sea of people, she couldn't spot that attention-grabbing hair. She should be following me right now. Tsubaki gripped her briefcase, cutting through the chaotic streets. 30 minutes, at the very most. 20 minutes should be enough time to reach the park from the department store on foot, even for a girl. Even though I told Tsubaki that we would meet, I have no intentions of fulfilling that promise. I need to confirm one thing before I take the ransom. Whether or not the delivery person is truly obedient to the kidnapper. In other words, I need to determine whether or not she has the sense of responsibility and the stamina required for a successful exchange. Most importantly, whether or not she's contacted the police. So, 30 minutes. My gaze followed the minute hand on my watch. I believe that if she's still not here within 30 minutes, then without a doubt the police will be coming with her. Tsubaki's family has ignored my warnings and called the police. There might be over 100 officers watching Tsubaki deliver the ransom. In order to capture me, countless police officers would have already begun setting an inescapable net at the park. However, no matter how quickly the task force responds, doing so would still take a considerable amount of time. After all, the police would have to move everyone from Central Boulevard to this park. They wouldn't allow Tsubaki to proceed until they finished organizing their members. That's why I'm being so sensitive to time. If I don't spot Tsubaki within 30 minutes, I have no choice but to cancel the exchange. Visibility in the park is excellent. If there are undercover cops about, I might be able to spot them. However, I don't have the confidence to say that I could do so with absolute certainty. For instance, If you were to ask me who stands out the most, there are two middle-aged couples, a man walking a dog, a man who looks like he's on his way to the office, and an old man helping a pregnant woman. There are simply too many suspects. Yes. Thus, the least I should do is remember the faces of everyone here. That way, if a person with a familiar face shows up as I order Tsubaki around, I can determine with high confidence that the person is with the police. I sat on a bench, scanning the area, searching for any sign of law enforcement. I saw Tsubaki. She was sprinting to the billboard with all her strength. A girl wearing casual clothes and carrying an attaché case is very conspicuous. If a person with an overactive imagination saw Tsubaki right now, they might think that she looks like she's running to deliver a ransom. I checked the time. It's been less than 15 minutes since the last contact. Well then, it's about time to issue the next order. However, I need to act under the assumption that there are already undercover police searching the park. If that is indeed the case, then I definitely can't call her immediately. The moment Tsubaki picks up, they'll be searching the park frantically for anyone talking on a phone. Before leaving, I took a second to look at Tsubaki in the distance. Even from afar, I could see she was nervous. She waited for almost an hour. Tsubaki was nearly suffocating from the anxiety. Even though she came to the appointed place, not a single person who seemed like the kidnapper has shown up. The only people who have come to talk to her are flirtatious young men, not knowing anything about the situation. Here we go. Her cell phone suddenly rang. The kidnapper is calling. Yes,
Ooh,
I'm here!
The devil.
Yes! She yelled into the phone. The kidnapper groaned in discontent. You're too loud, Tsubaki. Eh? Don't yell. Everyone around you will think you're suspicious now, won't they? Running around the city with an attaché case doesn't exactly match the image of a normal girl like yourself. Sorry. The kidnapper's instructions are what made her stand out so badly, but she kept this thought to herself out of fear. So, what should I do with the briefcase? Keep a good grip on it. Huh? Change of plan. Let's change the exchange point. Tsubaki was lost. She searched for Haru without thinking, but she couldn't even find a thread of her being. Go to the station on Central Boulevard. There's a row of lockers near the entrance. Go and find the coin locker that's labeled out of order. Wait a second, please, I'm writing this down. Lodging the cell between her head and her shoulder, she used her free hands to open her diary. Put the briefcase with the certificates inside into the locker. Isn't it broken? Trust me, there's no problems with it at all. The warning was probably prepared by him beforehand. Tsubaki waited for her next instructions. After you lock it, take the key and get on the train to Sakuraji City. That's where you'll be going next. Sakuroji City? I hope I'm pronouncing that right, by the way.
I think you are. Pretty sure.
That's the final stop of the line in the next prefecture. Hey, Monica Dev. How you doing tonight? Yes. Nice to see you, dude. I appointed some mods in the chat. Yes. From Central Boulevard, the trip will take 2 hours. Just what is he planning to have me do, calling me out that far? When you get there, walk out of the train station, stand there, and wait. Are you going to contact me again? No, you'll phone me. Hurry. I understand. We'll meet up there, right? If you're a good girl, Tsubaki.
This is getting horribly disturbing real fast.
Yes! He used a frivolous tone. He's probably just messing with her. Tsubaki's unreleased emotions are rising and crashing inside her chest, waiting to explode at the lightest touch. How have you been? By the way, Monica Dev. Oh, dude, that is what I'm waiting to see. I'll follow everything that you say, so please, return my brother to me. Flames of anger began to swell within the girl. Yet even with Tsubaki in this state, the kidnapper spoke to her in a mocking tone. And what will you do if I don't? I won't forgive you! She herself was surprised at the strength and harshness in her words. That's good to hear, mate. That's good to hear. I see you've changed your name to Imprudent Dev.
Lovely.
An unbearable silence followed. Terror attacked her. She may have angered the kidnapper. An inappropriate provocation may bring disaster upon Hiroaki. If that truly happened, yeah. How could she possibly endure the knowledge that she was responsible? The criminal spoke quietly. I was expecting laughter to come from the other end of the line. Somebody built the whole universe in Minecraft? What?
Wow.
Oh, that's probably why. Yep. I've made a decision. Huh? I will mold you into a human. His words only confused her.
Fill my mind with dread.
I am trying to figure out what he is supposed to mean by that.
No, because I've heard, remember the other terms when I think Mao or someone else has mentioned human? Zygon Zo, talking about human.
Oh, that gives me a oh no, oh no. Also, hi Cerberus Music. It's good to see you, dude. I haven't seen you in a while, so what's new, mate? Just as she was about to ask, the connection was cut. Into a human? Does that have some kind of philosophical meaning? That's one way to put it. She's never been good at understanding hidden meanings. Besides, it's natural for her not to understand the ideas of an evildoer, of a man who kidnapped a child. She collected her feelings and walked to the station. Yeah, some serious shit has gone down in this story, Cerberus, if you're a little lost.
Do you know what I'm gonna be really I have a horrible feeling.
Yeah?
I have a fucking feeling. I don't know, but I'm gonna put a theory Hiroaki's already dead.
Oh god! Oh, don't even entertain that thought to me. Oh, jeez. Yeah, because they gave him supplies, like, for a few days.
And they've already cut off his hair, so it's like, it's not like he's gonna be cooperative now.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
Like, and it's like that line, I will mold you into a human. It's like, it wasn't like, it didn't feel like something like, it's like something he said was certain, that I will do something to you.
Yeah.
And what is the only thing that basically Tsubaki cares about right now?
Getting her brother back.
Yes. Ooh. Let's continue.
Cerberus says he might have just come up with a Base Hunter-inspired track that he might release if it goes well. I would love to hear it if that's the case, dude.
That sounds lovely.
As she was waiting for the light to change, someone spoke out to her.
Tsubaki, don't move. Listen to me.
Tsubaki had no idea when she had appeared, but Haru was standing by her side. Dude, are you asking if I know? Because I think I've heard the name Base Hunter before today, but I couldn't tell you much about them.
No idea.
She spoke to Tsubaki, keeping her eyes straight ahead rather than looking at her.
Did you record all of his instructions?
Yeah, it's all in the diary.
Rip that page out and quickly throw it away as you walk.
I understand. The light turned green. People began to surge forward. Once she got to the other end of the crosswalk, Tsubaki looked back behind her. Haru was already nowhere to be seen. Even now, Tsubaki had a sense of resistance to littering. When she realized Haru would pick it up immediately, she felt a little better about it.
Yeah, but Mao's watching them, so...
Yes. Oh. 2 hours and 10 minutes have passed. If one hurried, they should have been able to get from the park to Sakuruji City in 2 hours. If it takes Tsubaki any longer, there is again the possibility of police involvement. I, of course, am still on Central Boulevard. After finishing all my preparations, I sat in the back seat of the car and gazed at the scenery outside. The populace ignored the cruelty of the winter's cold, and the street grew even livelier. A panicked voice came through the other end of the line. Hello! Are you there? Yes! Where am I supposed to go next? I hope you didn't lose the key. I have it. What should I do next? I gave her the instructions decided upon a long time ago. Come back. Pardon? Ignoring Tsubaki, who was in an utterly morbid state, I continued. Come back and retrieve the briefcase from the locker. Why? There's no reason for me to explain. Uh-huh. But why did you have me come this far? To get the ransom, of course. Are you still suspicious of the police? Who knows? That's how it is. Then this is just a waste of time. I really didn't contact the police. It's clear from her voice that she would like nothing better than to just give me the ransom. Right this second. There's no police involvement? No! Definitely not! There's a reason she had to go from Tomenbetsu to Sakuruji City. Police take their respective jurisdictions seriously. If Tsubaki was being backed by the police, then this kidnapping investigation would have to be transferred to the other prefecture. Thus, the arrangement of personnel would be put into disorder once more. Such an event would considerably hinder police mobilization in this prefecture. Of course, there is a chance that the police departments have made contact previously and are working together. However, police are people who are very conscious of territory, if not quite at a Yakuza level. According to my judgment, the police of Tomenbetsu and Sakuruji City won't rally together just for a kidnapping incident. Still, it's a good thing I didn't send her to Tokyo. That was my original plan. I never would have guessed that this prefecture and the Tokyo Police Department kept an unexpectedly good relationship. I only found this out a short while ago. That was dangerous. Mm-hmm. That would have been the one linchpin that destroyed this entire plan.
And yet he fought beyond it.
Yes. Fine. I will believe you. Spaki's actions are swift, without hesitation. At the very least, she shouldn't have had time to be in close contact with the police. Next time, I promise, next time, I will retrieve the ransom. I was finally confident that I had done enough to preclude the police's involvement and continue on with this battle. So, after I pick up the briefcase, where should I go? Take the subway to the residential area in the Southern District. Okay. I'm going to give you the address you need to go to. Tsubaki confirmed the address after I told her the details. A white car will be parked there. Its door will be unlocked. Take the ransom and sit in the back seat. What should I do after that? Wait for me to arrive. What? Are you uneasy? Does the thought of being in a cramped car alone with me frighten you? What are you planning? I was hoping to go for a ride.
Ooh.
I don't like the sound of that.
No.
I'm really looking forward to it.
What has he got planned?
I hung up and commanded the driver to go. Oh dear. No! Oh, this is terrible! What are you doing? What will you do?
Yes.
God damn it. After another 2 hours or so, Tsubaki stepped back onto Central Boulevard. The sun sets early in winter. It was already evening by the time she arrived at the Southern District.
Hey, Tsubaki.
It was Haru. She had suddenly appeared behind Tsubaki, calling her name. Haru spoke abruptly.
When you left for Sakuragi City, I kept watching the locker. No one approached the locker or tried to open it.
I see. She didn't go with me to Sakuruji City.
I didn't know whether to follow you or to look after the locker. After thinking a bit, I picked the latter. Basically, even if he got the key, he still had to confirm to the locker if you wanted. Come to the locker if you wanted the ransom.
Yeah. Haru's explanation was more than enough to wipe away the anxiety in Tsubaki's heart.
If only there were more people to help us.
Haru said these words with a hint of loneliness. The moment she finished, she once again disappeared into the sea of people. Tsubaki felt an ache in her heart. Maybe Haru doesn't even have a single friend that she can rely on. Without thinking, she murmured, Azai-kun. If Kyosuke were with me, I'm certain I'd have all the courage I'd need. Tsubaki savagely whipped her weak heart for that sentiment. Wishing for unobtainable things won't bring her brother back to her. Her grip on the briefcase tightened as she headed towards the Southern District.
Dad, if Kyosuke were there, he would have helped.
Oh, totally. She had no idea why she called out Kyosuke's name. This is it.
Ooh, we know where this is.
Yeah. Yeah, we do. Tsubaki has pretty much never been there before. The Southern District is, as a whole, a very quiet residential area. The setting sun has dyed the newly built western houses and the metal fences surrounding them a bloody red. Tsubaki checked the address again as she searched for her destination. Found it. She saw the car. It was your everyday white sedan. Tsubaki didn't know what the kidnapper's car would be like, Thankfully, there was only one white car at the designated place. Sit in the back seat. Her heartbeat grew violent. She had never dreamed she'd be going on a ride with the kidnapper. She might even hold her captive. For what more? That's my question. Nevertheless, in the end, she still wanted her brother to be released. For Hiroaki, sacrificing herself would be an easy price to pay. Tsubaki walked closer to the car, trembling as she rounded the bumper. Hesitantly, she forced herself to peer through the window. There was no one inside. She decisively reached for the door handle. Tsubaki slid into the back seat. She put the briefcase containing the ransom on her knee, letting a deep breath flow from her lips to calm herself. Silence reigned. The car was almost completely devoid of sound. Small beads of sweat soaked through her palm. The only noise that reached her ears was her own heartbeat. The silence only made her wait more torturous. She was being tortured by anxiety. The moment she closed her eyes, Hiroaki's face floated before her. Where is he right now? Is he eating well? I just want to hurry up and see him. Hearing the ring of her cell, Tsubaki instinctively opened her eyes. She retrieved the cell from her pocket in a panic. Is it comfortable inside the car? It was the kidnapper. I'm very sorry that I had to resort to a cheap vehicle like that, especially on such a rare occasion. She didn't understand him. What does it matter how much the car costs? Tsubaki had read in a book before that men put great focus on appearances. To her, it was something incomprehensible. When will you be here? I'm on my way. However, at that instant... The kidnapper suddenly lowered his voice. What's this? His voice changed. It lost the ease it once held. What's wrong? Her question wasn't answered. After a brief silence, the call was disconnected. Huh? Yes. Yet another unexpected event was hurled towards Tsubaki, still confused by the kidnapper's last words. Someone rapped on the car window. Following the sound, there was a face Tsubaki had never seen before. It stared her down emotionlessly. A hat and uniform. She trembled. Jaw hung wide open. The one thing that criminals feared the most stood just beyond the car window. Police! Tsubaki sank into terror, having no idea what she could do about the sudden appearance of the police. Her knees were shaking. The police officer was asking her to get out. Her vision was hazy. Dizziness gnawed at her. Her stomach lurched with every motion. Tsubaki stepped out like a mindless robot. She opened the door. She put the briefcase down on the seat almost subconsciously. The man was repeating a question that she didn't know how to answer. Does this car belong to you?
What's those hands that are on the door handle?
They belong to another officer.
Oh, okay. Weird.
What makes you say that, Zach? Tsubaki was more nervous than she had ever been in her life as she listened to the policeman's questions like an uninvolved bystander. What are you doing here? Tsubaki shook her head, making meaningless sounds such as ah, eh. She thought she managed to reply that everything was fine. The policeman kept on saying, "This is a standard procedure. Just answer." So mentioned something about the possibility of the car being stolen and other things along that line.
I think Mal sent those two.
Yeah, they're not real cops.
Yeah.
That's a good point. That's a good point.
Yeah.
Alright. Have a good night, Onyx. A poll comparing the Star Wars films Return of the Jedi and Revenge of the Sith.
I'll be back 5 minutes. Like, I still want to see nearly everything. So like, don't message for don't progress for a second because this is just awesome.
Okay, I'll wait.
Yeah.
No, don't exit the game. No, just go to the menu. There we go. So, we'll all hang out for a minute. This is... Man, have we really been going for 50 minutes already? It does not feel like 50 minutes, guys. I can honestly say, it does not feel like it's been 50 minutes. So, how is everyone's day today? Because other than the usual work day and today being Sunday, so football, not a whole lot really went on with me today. Just another typical day at work. Nothing really standout happened. Doing fine. You're in the nether trying to get quartz. Nice. I like how quartz blocks look. Also, I don't know if you guys have seen the new layout yet, but yeah, check it out. It does not feel like it's been 29 days since I posted the mod video I shared you. Yeah, I know you did, Zach, but I don't know if Cyrilkins and Onyx and Cerberus and Monica Dev were here. Oh, you like the Monty cam with it being like a sliding door? Yeah, that was the intention behind it. That way she could just slide in. You went with the glitch effect? I suppose that's appropriate. Yeah, I mean, when you think about what she does in the context of the game, sure.
Oh my god, the context to the game.
Welcome back.
By the way.
Yep, that was quick.
I decided to do a callback to the first episode.
Ah, nice.
Alright, let's do this. I'm fucking ready.
Yes! Let's do it! She was completely incoherent. She had never been spoken to by a police officer before. She almost wet herself from fear. If the kidnapper saw her with the police, how would she explain? There were two of them. There were also two bicycles. But those are only fleeting images before her eyes. What I would be looking at is, do they look like police bikes?
Yeah.
What's that briefcase? One policeman pointed to the car behind her. Can we check inside it? That question jerked her slightly back to her senses. A strange sense of purpose began to take hold of her. No, you can't. It was as soft as the buzz of a mosquito. Though her head was lowered, she clearly demonstrated her rejection. She didn't know when it happened, but the policeman in front of her was holding a briefcase. I said no! It's the briefcase with the ransom inside. The briefcase containing her brother's life. If they looked through it, police would know about the kidnapping. When this train of thought surged through her mind, fear that she'd never be able to see her brother again rushed towards her. That fear purged all reason, and Tsubaki lost track of her own actions. A freakish scream burst forth into the air. She reached out her hands and grabbed something as tightly as she could. Her fingertips felt the cool, hard shell of the briefcase. Policeman said something, but Tsubaki never heard a word. She was running. She was facing away from the policemen. A yell for her to stop may have reached her back, but not her brain. Fear.
Yeah.
Yet her legs, as if they didn't belong to her but some other animal, kept on sprinting. She ran away, wordless, panting, dizzy, almost falling down. She felt as if she too had become a criminal. Driven by the guilt and oxygen deprivation, her tears couldn't be stopped anymore. There was no time for her to cry anymore. Oh God, I'm sorry. Having successfully escaped and now making her way through the bustling crowd of Central Boulevard, Tsubaki was still on edge. I'm sorry, but I managed to get away. I still have the ransom. She begged with all that she had, with a voice colder than those she had heard before. Why do you apologize? Wasn't that a coincidence? It was. I swear, I had no idea. How could I have known that there would be police? If you had no idea, then why are you apologizing? I can't fathom why you would do that unless you had been in contact with the police all along. I just thought I should. The person on the other end of the line didn't let down his guard. Did you betray me? No! You were thinking that you would catch me there, weren't you? It's true, believe me! Forget about it. This exchange is over. How can you do that? She felt as if her head had just been struck by a blunt object. If this continues, Hiroaki is gone. I'll do anything! I'll do anything! Please just let my brother go! Oh, trust me, I think the same way about conversation sometimes, Zach. Please! Please! At the end of her pleading, she was unable to even form sentences. Her eyes were filled with tears. You really treasure your brother this much? Of course. Why? Because we're family. At that, the kidnapper laughed coldly. Yes, of course. Because you're family. Right. A person should treasure family. Continued with a mocking tone. Tsubaki, you must have been loved since birth. Probably raised clean and pure, too. What does that mean? Exactly what it sounds like. The kindness radiating from you is just too dazzling. Can hardly bear to look at it. Tsubaki understood that comment even less. Everyone always says she's a good person. Kyosuke had even joked about it. But isn't everyone else good too? I've always thought that kindness is malicious intent in disguise, but it seems like you're an exception. She just couldn't take it anymore. Fine. We'll continue the exchange. Thank you so much! She lowered her head in thanks without even thinking. Even in this outrageous situation, she still showed her gratitude to the criminal.
Bad feeling.
Yes. I'm going to be more careful from now on. Even if the police interfere, I will follow through with my plans and take the ransom. Spock was beginning to think that the kidnapper is still human after all. As long as she just asks him with sincerity, he'll understand. Might even have a good reason for kidnapping Hiroaki. The first time, Tsubaki found herself interested in the kidnapper's thoughts and feelings. So interested, in fact, that she completely missed the point where she had stopped asking questions. The point when she became completely obedient. Yes. Fear is a very powerful motivator. The sun has set. The young winter wind carries a chill. I lean on her railing, continuing my conversation with Tsubaki. After that exchange, I had Tsubaki go to the Western District in a nearby city, there and back. The forms of transportation including walking, cable car, taxi, and other methods. As promised, everything was done with utmost care. The area in the Southern District is already in an uproar over Tsubaki. A girl holding an Itachi case is always very conspicuous. With someone that suspicious, there's always the possibility that an upstanding citizen might report her. One can't say that police won't connect a suspicious person with a kidnapping. Still, it would be practically impossible for the police both to become certain that the suspicious person is Tsubaki, and to find out that she's the victim of a kidnapping all within a single day. I will retrieve the ransom today. I've left no evidence behind. That white car was stolen anyway. Its disposal has already been prepared. It'll be no more than a piece of scrap metal in a factory in another prefecture by morning. If one was worried about the police finding some trace evidence from the car, then his time would be better spent worrying about the possibility of a catastrophic eruption of Mount Fuji happening at exactly noon tomorrow. Almost everything is prepared. The only thing left is Yusumi. She seemed to have been trailing Tsubaki, only keeping her distance. Even though I had been watching for Yusumi as I kept track of Tsubaki, I couldn't find her at all. That freakish hair is completely unfit for following people, but that may be where the blind spot is. With hair that long, changing hairstyles is a snap. With a hat and glasses, she could be a different person. She could become a different person in an instant. Yet in the end, I will be the one to take the ransom. In the meantime, I'll have them run around and waste their strength.
Yes.
Another headache attacked me. This time, I must endure it. I can't surrender to the headache right now. A depression was fiercely burning inside me, igniting my will to fight. I won't let you interfere. Neither you, Azai, nor Yusumi.
My turn. Come on out now. It's already around 8 o'clock. Haru had been running here and there all across the city since before noon. Now, after nightfall, she has returned to the park in the Eastern District. Haru hid herself in the grass, not making a single sound for fear of being heard or over the silence of her surroundings. This park is a place where people come to relax during the day, but at night, only an eerie quiet remains. She wondered how Tsubaki was holding up after all this walking. Before coming to this park, Tsubaki had been told to lock the briefcase in the locker again. Taking only the key, she came to a garbage can in the park. Haru didn't even glance at the locker this time around, and chose to follow Tsubaki instead. If someone wanted to get the ransom, they must get closer to the locker, and to open the locker they would need the key. And there's even someone watching the locker. Haru had run into Kyosuke on Central Boulevard. After she explained things, Kyosuke was more than happy to help.
Oh dear.
Even though he had said he was helping his father, he had a surprising amount of free time. Tsubaki's cell phone rang. Haru concentrated on the noise around her. It would be bad if she showed her face now. She could only follow the situation through sound.
Yes, I understand.
Tsubaki's exhaustion made itself apparent in her voice. It's understandable. She's been in a state of heightened anxiety all day. She had almost fainted when the police showed up.
Yeah. So I should just throw the key in the garbage can?
She didn't know whether or not Tsubaki was doing it on purpose, but Tsubaki had repeated the kidnapper's instruction.
I understand. I'm on my way.
As Tsubaki finished the conversation, Haru heard the sound of a cell phone closing. Footsteps followed. As the footfalls grew quieter, it seemed that Tsubaki had left the area. Haru remained still, curling her body into a ball. If she just stayed there, Mao would definitely come to retrieve the key. No, that's wrong. Was she exhausted as well? There's no way Mao would show up. After all, Tsubaki still had the key. She had been listening closely all the while, but she didn't hear the sound of Tsubaki dropping anything into the garbage can. Tsubaki said, so I should just throw the key in the garbage can? However, that was most likely something she'd just said by chance. Tsubaki were repeating Mao's instructions intentionally, then she could have supplemented herself through other actions to further detail the situation. She could have even thrown the key in with excessive noise, or make sure to speak out and confirm that she did so after throwing it in.
Yup.
What's more, if Tsubaki were really repeating his instructions for Haru's sake, and the last thing she said, "I'm on my way," would be too vague for Haru to determine just where she would be going. Mao and Tsubaki's conversation was probably something along these lines. So I should just throw the key in the garbage can? No, wait, go to Central Boulevard instead. I understand, I'm on my way. Tsubaki has grown even more afraid of Mao after her encounter with the police. She's probably so anxious that her heart is about to explode. Like, in a situation like this one, it's easy to imagine that she wouldn't have the energy to concern herself with what Haru was up to. That was the moment that decided everything. Simply interpreting a sentence incorrectly could have caused her to retire before this ordeal came to a conclusion. Still, just when is he planning to show up? Even as she spoke, Haru felt the time of battle rumbling toward her with impatient force.
How many places had she been dragged to now? She's forgotten just how many times she had changed locations. Continuously in a state of extreme tension, Tsubaki is puffing with every word. You've worked hard, Tsubaki. The kidnapper was on the phone. It's almost 9. Aren't your siblings asleep by now? Where next? Tsubaki asked, breathing hard. I'll definitely give you the money. Give my brother back to me. You just keep saying that, don't you? It's all okay if Hiroaki comes back. Is it really, though? What? Is it really okay for you to just give me the money? What are you saying at this point? Tsubaki already lacks the strength to think things through. Isn't that your family's entire fortune? Yes. Without money, your brother might be back, but you'll lose your future. Is that really okay? My brother's life has no price. You say that life is worth more than money, but is that really true? Of course, the value of a life could never be measured in yen. To be able to say that proves that you've never experienced poverty. Sure, Tsubaki has never seen her parents worried about being poor. Her family might not be rich, but they're definitely not impoverished. The kidnapper kept on repeating questions that she just couldn't understand. Yeah, I've always had chat in a little window. Because YouTube lets me pop it out and have it in a separate window. These subjects confused her. Just what do they have to do with the ransom? Look, could you just end this already? Are you at your limit? No, I just don't know how long this is going to drag on. Your brother's life is on the line, and you're complaining? In an instant, the flame in Tsubaki's heart burned again. No! I just want to see my brother sooner! Utterly unforgivable. Tsubaki immediately began to doubt herself for feeling such intense hatred for this unforgivable criminal. The moment that her words had burst the dam, she couldn't stop. I am not going to just let you go. If something here happens to Hiroaki, I am not going to let you get away with it. She could no longer understand anything. Happened to the self that was worried about the kidnapper's feelings? What happened if she provoked him again? I just want to see Hiroaki. That was the only thought in her heart. It's time. The kidnapper suddenly spoke up. This is the final instruction. Go immediately and retrieve the briefcase. Then go to the burger place on Central Boulevard and get there before 9:30. There's no longer any time to write in her diary. 9:30, is it? It'll be a stretch to make the trip in the short amount of time remaining. You can still make it if you hurry. Leave the briefcase on the sidewalk and walk away immediately. I understand. She can only obey. If you're late, your brother is dead. This time will be the last. I'll contact you after I check the ransom. The call ended. Tsubaki kept the cell to her ear for a moment longer. She had never thought that paying the ransom would be so exhausting. The kidnapper said this would be the last place. Until now, he said that every single time, and it was a lie every single time. Still, this time feels different. She thought of the family waiting for her at home. Her parents are probably worried about her. I'll be back soon.
Haru chased after Tsubaki with all her strength as she sprinted through Central Boulevard. She rushed into a station and retrieved the briefcase. Tsubaki might have been tired, but she still moves amazingly quickly. It's like she's using every ounce of strength remaining in her body. The train station was in chaos. She had no time to look for Kiriksuke, who was supposed to be guarding the locker. Damn it. Haru swept her gaze across the chaotic street. Her line of sight was blocked almost completely. Young people filled the street like a mudslide. Just how many people had she bumped into already? The shape of Tsubaki's coat would often get swallowed by the sea of people, momentarily gone without a trace. This is the route that Haru usually takes on the way home after work, but this is the first time she has seen it this crowded. She noted the reason for this almost instantly.
Hey, everyone! I'm going to be on TV!
A live television broadcast. Everyone who wanted to see Canon or be on television pressed ever closer to the stage. On either side of the road were cars from the station and staff manning equipment. This was the moment Mao had been waiting for. It was so chaotic it was suffocating. Truly an excellent chance to grab the ransom. Tsubaki! Haru wanted to stop Tsubaki and ask her where she was bringing the ransom, but her shouts were lost in the din of the crowd. Tsubaki didn't have the time for questions anyway. Mao must have been urging her on. To have Tsubaki at the speed he's never asked of her before meant that to Mao, this is the moment where the winner will be decided.
Yes, clearly.
If I'm going to act, it has to be now. Haru charged towards Tsubaki. Your turn.
Tsubaki, breathing hard, finally reached her destination. She relentlessly prayed, "Please don't let it be 9:30. The girl pushes through the sea of people, surging straight forward, knocking into the crowd. People yell and curse at her. She causes a lot of people trouble. However, she can't spare the time to apologize anymore. She was in a hurry. She even fell down, dropping the briefcase onto the ground. Briefcase, more important than a life. She held it tightly as she crossed the deluge of people with blinding speed. Tsubaki stopped. She looked around casually. Should be okay to just drop it here, right? Wouldn't be picked up by someone who isn't involved in this, would it? The kidnapper said to put down the briefcase and run. That moment, an unbelievably bright voice shot through the crowd from nearby amplifiers.
All you viewers across Japan, it's 9:30.
Tsubaki was speechless, unable to believe her ears. Why is canon? It was way beyond her comprehension. Still, she heard it clearly. It's 9:30. If I don't drop the briefcase and run, Hiroaki is dead. Now. At the exact moment Tsubaki set the attaché case on the ground, I went into action. I walked through the crowd, closing in on the briefcase quickly. I gripped the briefcase tightly. It's been less than 5 seconds since it left its previous owner. Everyone's eyes are focused on the radiant entrance of the famous figure skater, Azai Cannon. This confusion is what I wanted. I've been waiting all day to coordinate my retrieval of the ransom with this broadcast. This chaos is what I wanted. Even if the police were right behind me, I have confidence that I could escape. That would be true for one reason alone. I am simply too familiar with this city. I've considered many escape routes. Yusumi is simply a girl. What can she do?
Stop that man with the briefcase.
A shout from behind me penetrated the din of the spectacle. It was Yusumi. It seems that she's been closely following Tsubaki. She caught a glimpse of me? Anyway, Yusumi. Just how many people do you think are carrying briefcases in this bustle of people, so close to the business district? As I expected, no one paid any attention to me.
Thief.
Shouting is useless now. I straightened up, walking casually. If there was a thief, they'd be running for their life. No one would think that I was a kidnapper. No, something's wrong. Along with a shiver down my spine, the stage speakers sent a sound to me. Huh? What's that? Is there something going on down there? The broadcast could pose trouble. If I face the cameras, there's a chance I'll be on film. If my face surfaces during a piddly little game like this, it may affect future plans. I want to run right now, but doing so would be like announcing to everyone that I'm a thief. I crossed paths with someone and took the opportunity to peek behind me. I caught a glimpse of Yusumi's long hair through the crowd.
For an instant, Haru saw the figure of a man holding a briefcase. That was Mao. She she continued to push forward while trying her hardest to break through the mass of people. The next time she saw Mao, Haru ran straight into someone's arms. After a word of apology, she escaped through his side. With anxiety urging her on, she continued searching for Mao. There! With a wall of men, women and children, Haru could only get a glimpse of the briefcase. She surged forward with all her might in order to break through the barricade of people. The distance between them didn't decrease. Haru held out her hand in the crowded tide of passerby. Just a bit farther, she thought. Just a bit farther and I'll catch you now. I passed the most chaotic part of the crowd. Did I successfully lose? Oh, it's your turn.
Did I successfully lose, Yusumi? It's dangerous to turn my head around. There's a chance that my face will be seen. Yusumi might be able to reach me any second now. Should I take a taxi, perhaps? With traffic the way it is right now, no car can take off immediately. No, wait! A taxi! I watched the side mirrors mounted on the taxis that lined the streets as I walked. I was in luck, as the mirrors clearly reflected the uniform and hair of Yusumi, still trailing me. It looks like she's holding something in her hand. She's less than 10 yards away. Yusumi was likely able to get a lock on me in his pursuit. I don't want to attract attention, but there's no other choice. I break into a run.
Mao suddenly took off. He didn't even turn back. How did he know that she was getting closer? Shortly thereafter, Haru saw the parked taxis strewn on the road and started to lament. Haru looked at Mao's retreating figure. He was a very tall man. It was similar to the person that had confronted her the last time, the man who called himself Mao. Because his legs were longer than hers, the distance between them just continued to increase. Yet chasing him was still quite easy. To run in a crowd such as this means gathering attention. The sounds of the people who pushed the confused stares all were focused on Mao. While pushing her way through idle bystanders, Haru watched as Mao went inside a coffee shop. Like a rat in a trap, Haru thought. But when Haru arrived in front of the store, she cursed her own thoughtlessness. It was a large-scale chain coffee shop. The shop covered a large area, being at a crossing of a major intersection. Of course, there were more than 2 exits.
Yep, he has thought of everything.
Yeah, even if just at the moment she regretted slowing down. Mao running intentionally. That must mean he knows the city like the back of his hand. Should she give chase until the end? Haru asked herself a question that needed no answer. No matter what, she wants to catch him. Both for Sabaki and for herself.
After passing through Central Boulevard, the crowd began to thin out considerably. I turned around and took a few glances. Even though it's hard to see in the nighttime lighting, the sound of people's insults reached me just fine. Looks like Yusumi is still on my trail. She's quite stubborn. Let's get rid of her completely. Jumping over the railing of the sidewalk, I rushed into the road. I ran in front of cars, moving at a snail's pace due to the traffic jam, and made it to the sidewalk on the other side. The cars' blaring horns are unending. This should help Yusumi find me more easily. Continued my charge as I turned into a discreet alley. A dark alley. After seeing what awaited me there, I knew I had already won. This game of tag is over now. I took out a handkerchief and covered my fingers, ensuring that I won't leave fingerprints.
Sorry, excuse me.
Just how many times had she said that since 9:30? Each time she was showered with annoyed stares and condemnations. The thing she carried was bulky. Haru! Sorry.
Oh yeah, this is me.
Yeah, sorry, I'm doing your part.
Haru,
My bad.
Haru gets around
I'm so
shaking
engrossed
around.
in this.
Oh yeah, me too. Yeah, I said it. Even though they had left the extravagance of Central Boulevard, it was still very bright out. The hundreds of cars on the street, all with lights on, were a very reliable boost to the visibility. The sounds of horns suddenly rang out from the road. Glancing over, it seemed like a man who looked like Mal was casually jaywalking. His face was hidden behind the blindingly bright headlights of the vehicles he blistered past. It was regrettable that there was nothing Haru could do about it. Just like that, Mal turned into an alley between two buildings. Haru hurriedly pursued him. It was an incredibly narrow alley with a horrible line of sight. Not even two people would be able to walk past it abreast. Is he inviting me to follow him? You're skipping my lines, mate.
Sorry, I was trying to do something on the side. I forgot that scroll wheel also does things.
Yeah. As she gave chase rushing into the darkness, she felt something weird under her foot. She lost her balance and fell forward to the ground. It was the feel of flesh. Haru was shocked, and the thing that she stepped on screamed. As she calmed down, she realized it was a human leg. I'm sorry, are you okay? She stooped down instinctively. A particular putrid odor filled her nose. A few homeless men sat on the ground. They stared at Haru with lifeless eyes before losing interest again. They seemed distracted by something. They were kneeling, furiously moving their hands. They looked like though they were digging, as if they were trying to stir the darkened ground. Money. Haru could see a few bills poking out from under their hands. I've already lost, she said to herself, full of regret. She lifted her head and glanced down the under end of the alley. Mal, the enigma who Haru had her sights on now too, was now nowhere to be seen. Tsubaki. A murmur escaped her lips before a wave of exhaustion overcame her. The day-long battle had finally come to an end.
That was great. In any case, everyone worked very hard. I talked as if nothing had happened. Only Tsubaki and her father were in the living room. I'm sorry that I wasn't of any help. No, it's all right. Thank you. Did you do everything that the kidnapper ordered you to do, Tsubaki? I think. Some things happened about halfway through, though. Then the perpetrator should release Hiroaki. I certainly hope so. I wiped the sweat on my forehead and exhaled deeply. Today's work was insanely busy. I can't believe that I had to run all across the city. Gonzo really works me hard.
I'm sorry, Zai-kun. We've put such a load on your shoulders.
Please, don't worry about it. Everyone's in the same boat here. I'll try to help as much as I can from now on. From now on, of course, means the paperwork. Since the ransom has been taken, there's no way the Miwa family can possibly pay back the 50 million. The moment the time limit is up, the loaner will immediately take the land as collateral. So all that's left is Haru-chan. What did you say? Haru-chan might be able to catch the kidnapper for us. Right. Yusumi. That irritating woman. Yusumi is going to catch the kidnapper, she says. Tsubaki, did you ask her to do that? I didn't really ask her. I just told her that she can do what she wants. I see. This girl is an idiot. If you were going to rely on someone like Yusumi, you might as well have just called the police in the first place. They're many times better than her. Haru-chan has really given it her best shot. I think that she'll give us a happy ending. She said that, opening her deep eyes. It seems that these two women have been playing a cute little game of friendship while I was gone. Anyway, catching the kidnapper would be best. I brushed away a smidgen of worry. When you stop to think for a second, there's no way a girl like Yusumi could go up against a kidnapper who abducted a child and demanded a ransom and stock certificates. I say that, and I might be paranoid, but there does seem to be something about Yusumi hiding under the surface. It'd be very problematic to me if the kidnapper didn't successfully get the ransom. Ah, speak of the devil. A sound came from the front door.
I
was suddenly faced with a monstrous sight. Yo, Yusumi, why are you sweating so much?
Yeah, well, let's just say I need to start running more often.
Spouting her typical nonsense, she rested against the door frame. I thought you might like that.
Azai-san, thank you.
Hmm?
Didn't you help watch the locker?
Ah, right. When we met on the street by coincidence? Right, the ransom was in the locker, and you told me to guard it.
Thanks for the help, really.
I didn't see any suspicious people going near it.
Is this a Sai or Mao who's speaking? I don't know.
Hard to say.
Yeah. Great. And I know you were real busy, I'm sorry.
Took around an hour. By Yusumi's request, I stayed near the station locker. There was still some time before my next meeting, so I did her a favor. For organizing my memory, I calmed down. Oh, and Yusumi? She didn't seem all that happy.
Does Kyokusei interpret his Mao memories as business?
That's what I feel like is going on. If you...
Yeah.
if I had to put it, in the way that I thought makes sense in my head. That's how it seems like he, explains what he does as Mao. As just Gunzo having him do business. What happened? Well, I can imagine she didn't catch the culprit, at least. Haru-chan. Tsubaki gave her hopeful eyes. I don't know when it started, but my palm was full of sweat. Very quickly, Yusumi lowered her head in front of Tsubaki.
Sorry, the kidnapper got away.
Yusumi's expression was twisted by agony. So she does have an expression like that. Don't worry about it. Just the thought that you were by my side. Well, actually, I was too tense to really think about anything. But still, it was really reassuring.
Sorry.
I also put on my most cheerful tone. Now, come on! Don't beat yourself up over it. I don't think she's in the mood to hear it, mate. Yep. We did what the kidnapper wanted us to do. We didn't contact the police, either. After he gets the ransom, he'll definitely be satisfied and release Hiroaki-kun. After that, Yusumi suddenly spoke up.
I'm sorry, but he won't.
What? Huh? Are you saying that Hiroaki-kun isn't going to come back?
Yes.
She said it with no sign of hesitation. Why? I know we can't guarantee that he'll keep his promise, but I have to sneeze. Oh, excuse me.
Oh, good. You alright?
Yeah. Like I said, I just needed to sneeze. But why are you so sure of it? Yeah, he already got the ransom, so all we can do is believe in him now. Yusumi slowly shook her head.
He didn't get the ransom.
What did you say? What are you talking about? I put down the briefcase in front of the burger place like he said. Did someone else take it? In the face of Tsubaki's questions, Yusumi just continued to shake her head.
Tsubaki, do you remember what I said this morning?
Huh?
Even in the worst case scenario, I wasn't going to let him get away with the ransom.
Yeah. You said that even if he got away, there'd still be a chance for another exchange. Yusumi nodded.
So I did just that.
How?
You don't remember?
Remember what? Then Yusumi slowly reached behind her. Opening the half-closed door behind her, she picked something up. The briefcase? Tsubaki gasped. It wasn't just Tsubaki. Everyone was looking at Yusumi in awe. I, who debriefed Tsubaki earlier, have already guessed what stunt Yusumi pulled. You swapped cases?
I guess worthy of your reputation as I-san. That's right, I bumped in Tsubaki on Central Boulevard.
Ah! Tsubaki seemed to remember. I did get knocked over by someone and lost hold of the briefcase. That was you, Haru-chan?
I swapped cases then. The briefcase that I prepared was empty.
I
have
know
a fucked feeling that that briefcase she's holding is empty.
Oh boy, let's find out. Because I know an envelope with all of those certificates probably doesn't weigh that much.
Yes.
But you would think a simple detail like that is something he would take into consideration.
Yeah, let's see.
Whether or not he would hear something in there when he picked it up, you know?
Let's find out.
Moment of truth. When did you prepare it?
In the morning after Tsubaki got her case. I bought one of the same model. 6,000 yen was a lot for me, but that's not important anymore.
What a girl. So the kidnapper took the empty briefcase and got away?
Yes, the ransom, the stolen certificates are still in this briefcase.
So that means Yusumi held this briefcase while chasing the culprit. Suddenly, Tsubaki's father opened his mouth.
That means the money is still there?
It looks like he's still not ready to let go of his land. His words carried a trace of happiness. Haru-chan, so that... Tsubaki sighed, moved. I sighed too, but mine held a completely different meaning from Tsubaki's. Yeah, that means today was a stalemate.
I hope so.
Open it. Even though her expression was backed with confidence, there was still a shred of anxiety in her words. Just don't make the kidnapper too angry.
Yeah, that's what I'm afraid of.
Is that all you have to say? Do you even realize that Hiroaki-kun's life is on the line? Meddling little! Azai-kun, don't! Haru-chan was just trying to help.
I'm very glad for you. Hold on.
Okay.
I'll be back in like 5 minutes. You decide if you continue or not. I'll be right back.
Okay. Well, we'll hang out for a few minutes once again. How's everyone liking what's happening so far? I think this is probably the most gripped I've been by this story so far. I'm really enjoying it. This might inspire me to start reading again. Kind of forgot what it felt like to read like a genuinely great story. Because there have been quite a few books I've picked up over the last few years that I'm like, yeah, I'll read this someday, but not knowing when that someday is. So, yeah. I'll put it on the to-do list for maybe something I'll do tomorrow. Might even read it with a certain somebody here. Does that sound like fun? Well, you'll have to let me know. Yeah. Okay. Well, you're busy working on your sugarcane farm. Nice. That's always one of the first things I do whenever I create a new Minecraft world, because, I mean, if I want to get bookcases, then, you kind of need a lot of sugarcane for the paper.
I have returned, gentlemen.
Welcome back.
Alright, let's continue.
Yes.
But the stock recipients and the future of my entire family. I'm very happy that you managed to save this for us, Susami-san.
Even Tsubaki's father cut in. True. Sorry. I'll just put up my laudable persona. You thought that he wouldn't release the hostage even if he got the ransom, right, Yusumi?
That's correct. The criminal, Mao, is probably a prudent person. To be clear, no matter whether or not he's going to get the ransom, there's a high chance that he wasn't planning to release the hostage.
Oh, I see how it is then. Since the hostage isn't going to be coming back anyway, might as well keep him from getting the ransom, right? I said it mockingly. How logical. You, Yusumi, are a woman so truly logical that it's frightening. Yusumi was silent.
Usami-san, I carry the responsibility for not contacting the police. Please don't worry too much about things.
That's right. Even if the police were here, there's still a chance that he would have gotten away. I don't like watching scenes like this.
Well then, would you mind giving me the certificates now?
Tsubaki's father asked Yusumi for his family's savings. Yusumi said that she understood and opened the case. Moment of truth, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go.
Let's do this.
Here is where the true winner is determined. Unimaginable.
What is this?
Her eyes widened. Yusumi's face was bleached white in an instant. In contrast, a shout of victory welled up in my chest. As if there was a demon bearing its fangs inside me, mocking Yusumi.
Gone.
You called it! You fucking called it! I knew it! Oh! Defeat was snatched from the jaws of victory! Oh!
The battle of wits continues.
He has won after all! A shocked Yusumi, and Yusumi, who had been turned to stone, murmured.
They're gone.
Face was adorned with an expression of defeat.
The ransom, the certificates, they're gone. Oh,
Oh, damn. I like how this is what it cuts to afterwards. Jesus Christ. Oh, man.
that was... What a way to do that.
Uh-huh. Now I'm gonna be
Yes.
wondering... Yep, now I'm gonna be wondering... how that happened.
I think it's the period when Azai was watching the briefcase he had a spare here.
It would not... That would not surprise me.
Yeah, that's... And I think Haru might pick up on that.
Yep, we'll have to wait and see.
Get this, Kyokusei-chan.
I went to school today.
It's my Christmas today.
Christmas?
Are you surprised?
Not in the least. What you meant to say is it's your birthday, right?
Dish out your offerings.
Would some cheap cafeteria food do?
Screw you, at least make it a monographed wallet.
Forget about it, kid. I don't owe you anything. I waved my hand, dismissing him.
Hey, Usami-san, give me a present.
He began to extort from the person sitting in front of me, Yusumi.
Usami-san, it's my birthday today.
Yusumi was silent, lost in thought. I don't think she's in the mood to care, mate.
No. I mean birthday when I say birthday, Usami-san.
I think she's getting irritated with you, mate. Yusumi silently held her hand out to Aichi.
Congratulations. Thanks. Wait, what's this? A raffle ticket? The raffle's already over, but yes, it is. Hey, wait a second. You can use it as a shoulder massage ticket instead. You'll massage my shoulders? Yes, anytime you wish. Woohoo! Let's get to it then. Now, you bet. Got it. I've always wanted to boss this arrogant chick around. You better get to work, woman.
Yusumi stood behind Aichi. Seeing the two of you right next to each other makes Aichi look really short. She took my comment as a cue to start massaging.
Okay then, let's get to it. Alright, ouch! Huh?
How did I know this is how it was gonna go?
That hurts. Too lively. Oh. It still hurts.
later.
Is this better?
It's killing me.
Actually, Takeshi-san, your shoulder's not stiff at all. Really? That's why it hurts. It's not because you're too strong.
Is she really that strong?
Yeah, dude, it's no joke. You try, Kyosuke-kun. Well, in any case, the massage is over now. You looked as if it was unpleasant. I apologize.
Yusumi returned to her seat. Hey, Yusumi, come massage me, too.
Your birthday today is our son.
Oh, come on. Just for a little bit.
I don't want to, especially not for you, as I son.
Gosh, you must really hate me.
She
I know-
did not.
No, she does not look happy at all. That shit. I know you're upset about your failure yesterday, but don't take it out on me.
That wasn't my intention, but I can't blame you if I feel that I was, so I apologize.
You don't have to apologize.
No, I'm very sorry.
She's probably feeling down because she feels responsible for what happened yesterday.
I still don't want to massage your shoulders.
Fine then. She mumbled the rest.
Not in a place like this.
I ran into Tsubaki in the hall. Good morning, Azai-kun. Yo, you're coming back to school already? Mm-hmm. Taking another day off won't help anything. True, but are you sure you're okay? Emotionally? Tsubaki looked as steady as always. I could still tell, though, that her stability was a forced facade. Mm-hmm. As I would expect it to be at this
now
stage.
Has Ransom and Hiroaki.
Yes. Has the kidnapper contacted you? I asked her softly.
I'm scared
No.
of what condition Hiroaki is gonna be.
Yeah, that's what I'm waiting to
If he
see.
isn't dead.
Yeah, that is what I need to see now.
Yes.
Is that so? I hope Hiroaki-kun's still okay. I brought the cell phone today, though. He might try to contact me at any time. Ah, I see. Don't let the teachers see it, okay? She smiled as I finished my sentence. It feels like I'm turning into a bad girl. You should have seen what happened yesterday. I bumped into so many people, but I didn't get a chance to apologize.
Don't worry, you're only human.
Yep.
Sorry, I just had to do that.
Yep. You couldn't have. Don't worry about it. I even ran away from the police. Anyone would run. The kidnapper might have ended the negotiation if you hadn't. I'm sorry. Thank you. Cheer up. You did what you could. Yeah. Even so, does the kidnapper even intend to release the hostage? Tsubaki gets desperate and calls the police. All my work would go down the drain. Oh,
yeah.
right. Apparently it's Aichi's birthday today. Huh? Her eyes became as round as a softball. Is that so? She took out her diary and started reading it carefully. That's weird. Isn't Aichi-kun's birthday in June? Seriously? That kid. Ooh, lunchtime! What is in store for us today? Oh wait, let me guess. Cannon's gonna tell us all about the TV performance. Aichi inexplicably held a mountain of presents in his arms. I'm
absolutely convinced at this point that Aichi is the most sinister character in this game. The most evil, villainous character that just has no regards and all selfishness.
Yes.
And just look at that grin.
Yes, it's fucking killing me. But it absolutely nails what you described.
Yeah, Mao doesn't even compare to the evilness in those eyes.
Yes, true evil, gentlemen. Jesus.
What a harvest! What a harvest! And since Kyosuke is an absent-minded asshole, I bet he'll thought it was my birthday too. Anyway, 2 birthdays in a year. Maybe I really do have a talent for being a gigolo.
Ai-chan, today's your birthday.
Yep. Give me something if you don't mind.
What do you want?
Ask your brother to buy me an expensive watch.
That wouldn't be a gift from me, would it? Even though it may not look like it, Non-chan actually loves Ai-chan.
Thank you so much. What kind of joke is that, you damn bitch? How many times now have you ruined my plan?
I could cook a meal for you.
Shit, sorry, I got so invested, sorry. Oh, I'm surprised. You know how to cook?
My specialty is cold soba noodles.
You freaking idiot. Why would I want to eat something like that in such cold weather?
He's got a point!
Oh my god.
I am also pretty good at making shaved ice snow cones, since I'm a figure skater and all. Get it?
That's a good one. That's great, Cameron.
Wait for it. Hey, damn it, I thought we were gonna get more inner monologue from Aichi.
Yes.
Hey, Aichi.
Oh, Kyosuke and Tsubaki too.
Aichi approached Tsubaki.
Tsubaki-chan, are you right? Since you're able to come to school, does that mean you're alright now? Ooh,
yeah.
Decent.
Sorry for all the trouble I've caused.
Don't worry about it. It's no big deal. Alright, give me a present.
I like how casually he asks for a present after that.
Yes.
Aichi reached out with open palms as he asked for the present.
Much as, like, Aichi is just pretty much a comic relief character, you can't help but love him.
Oh yeah, he's so lovable.
Yes. He's that
Tsubaki tilted her head.
Asshole.
Yep, but I love it. Tsubaki tilted her head. I was under the impression that your birthday was in June. Am I mistaken, Aichi-kun? What? Someone figured it out? Huh? So I was wrong? Well, that's just what my diary says. Sorry.
No way, it's today. It's probably just a misunderstanding. Ew, that was a close one. I would have been screwed if Tsubaki wasn't such a nice person.
This kid is the poster child of true evil. Yep, like we said.
Yes, just like what we were saying.
He's the most sinister character in this whole game.
Yes, and that's saying something.
Yep. Hey, you.
What do you want, asshole? What's this got to do with you?
But still.
How is this affecting you in any way? Are you getting your ass kicked by global warming right now? You're not, are you? So keep your nose where it belongs.
Aichi's comment pisses me off. It's true that this doesn't affect me.
Wait a minute. We've seen this before. Whenever I start something, you know who always shows up to fuck me over. The Tekachi-san.
Oh no!
Oh god, here she comes. Look at that expression.
Yes! Wish I could rewind a second. Jesus! Yep.
Tekachi-san.
Aichi immediately went into defensive mode.
What's the matter? Did you know it's my birthday too? That's not what I want to talk to you about. Huh? Do you want to get some ramen tonight? What? Ramen? Yeah. You, me, and Azai-san.
Why do I have to go? I subconsciously took a step forward.
Oh, when? When my part-time job ends, around 9 o'clock.
Wait, I'm busy then. I need to report to Gunzo today about selling Tsubaki's house to Sano Corporation. I need to greet the lender and the developers. I have a ton of things on the to-do list.
Come on, find a way.
No way. I bet you were planning on making me pay for everything.
No, it's on me for celebration of Tekachi-san's birthday. Oh, really? Thank you. Hey, isn't this a peachy victory? Feels good, man. So, is it a deal?
I won't be going. Yusumi walked away.
I have a weird feeling Asami has a different motive behind this.
Oh, I'm sure. Knowing her, it would not surprise me at all. I could almost see an aura of loneliness coming from her retreating back. Did anyone watch TV last night? TV? No one watched it. The live show? Tsubaki seemed to have recalled it. So that's why it was such chaos. Right. I knew that voice was familiar. But still, for the kidnapper to aim for that chance...
Watch it. You look so cute, Canon-chan.
Non-chans never even imagined having a chance to hand water to a celebrity like that. Her star-crazed nature shone through, but she looked happy regardless. There was like a purse snatch or something going on too. It was so cool. That guy sure has guts, trying to steal from someone in front of television cameras like that. It's funny how you describe this person like that, Canon. It's funny how you describe this person like that. Oh, if only you knew.
Canon-chan will be the true hero of this story.
Yes.
Or
yes.
Just be reversed around, and it's gonna be Aichi. It's gonna be the victorious one.
Oh God! Imagine that.
Oh yeah.
The remaining lunch break consisted entirely of a conversation revolving around Cannon's show-off antics. I rushed to Gonzo's house right after school. Here we go. That's how it went down. It's been carried out pretty smoothly.
Very good. It is you, after all. The arrangements for selling the land to Sanoa are soon to be underway.
I nodded and lowered my head as though I was grateful. We should be able to sell for higher than originally expected. However, I feel that strengthening our connections with Sano is far more important than the actual profit for the sale.
Don't wag your tail too much.
I understand. Still, even Gonzo wouldn't dare ignore Sano's influence.
When's a deadline for returning the 50 million?
There's no interest until after the 10th day, so I just went ahead and used those 10 days as the deadline. In any case, it'll be impossible for them to return 50 million yen within 10 days, so that piece of land is pretty much ours. Of course, it's a totally different story if they can catch the kidnapper and get back their ransom within 10 days.
Wasn't it difficult to get a loan of 50 million?
Thanks to your influence, Father, it went relatively smoothly, and there was no trouble involving credit or collateral.
See, you're making good use of me.
A chill ran up my spine.
Miwa Tsubaki, was it?
The chill tore at my stomach. Gonzo moved his head around with an air of laziness.
Tell me you fell for her.
You must be kidding. I've already given you my word on this, Father. Rest assured, it's impossible. Tsubaki is... I wouldn't call her a hypocrite, but she's far from a woman that suits me. She would be better suited with a more normal, good-hearted student. Not me.
Yosuke.
As if intimidating a small animal, Gonzo suddenly roared.
Ambition may turn into love in the blink of an eye, but love never changes into ambition.
I guess that's his way of saying, make sure you have your shit together.
Oh, when the object of your love disappears, ambition awakens again.
Uh-huh.
She becomes a thorn in your side. Would you like me to make that woman vanish?
He might really do it. This monster wouldn't have the tiniest hesitation when taking a life. Knowing him? No. He does not strike me as a man that would care about loss of life. And he has means and power that don't require hesitation. I'm alright. No worries.
I trust you.
His stare was dangerous.
Let me tell you something, son.
Oh boy, here we go.
The shares the kidnapper asked for.
Yes?
Shibatory Construction is going to be entering a sharp selling period soon.
A selling period? Is the stock price going to drop?
It's going to crash.
How do you know that was what I was going to ask. But on second thought, it wasn't surprising that good Zoe had some insider information. Not in the slightest. So the ransom the kidnapper took isn't worth 50 million anymore. In other words, Tsubaki's family has already been forced into the pit of despair. They won't be able to return the 50 million even if they get the shares back. Selling shares when the stock's all but tanked is practically impossible, so there's already no way the Miwa family could obtain 50 million yen in cash. But why?
Your school's being investigated by the police. Read the newspaper if you want more information.
I understand, but what a funny kidnapper.
Is that what you think?
Yes. The shares that he obtained through such difficulty aren't worth all that trouble in the end. Not yet, at least.
Yeah,
Not yet.
Like what Usumi says, was money really his goal?
Exactly.
The goal was
One,
not-
this isn't about the money, and two, you gotta know how stocks work.
Yes.
Yeah, markets go up and down. All he has to do is wait for an up period, and boom, he'll probably get even more than 50 million yen out of it.
Yeah, but I think also Mal wants the land.
Oh,
to be
definitely.
sold.
Oh, it's definitely about the land so that they can go ahead with what
So
they're trying to do.
Yeah, but in doing the shares and asking for shares at a time that he knew that the price would crash, it would eliminate any possibility of them being able to pay the debt back in time.
Yeah, exactly.
Because
Leaving,
the 50
yeah,
million wouldn't be worth much to Mao in the end.
no, not at all.
Or maybe he already knew.
Gonzo raised his thick eyebrows.
Anyone in his relationship with the Snow Corporation could have predicted Shiratori's construction's crash.
Really? But wouldn't that mean the kidnapper didn't kidnap for money?
You already knew from the start, didn't you?
I just realized that I wasn't interested in the kidnapper's motives or purpose. I was just thankful for this devil's assistance. I gave it no further thought than that. I suppose that's true. If he was in it for money, there are a lot of richer families. Even with Tsubaki's family owning the land at the center of much attention right now, why would they be the target of such a crime?
Money may be worth a different price in different hands. For example, 50 million means nothing to you and me.
50 million's quite a lot to me, Father.
But to that family, it's a significant amount of property.
In other words, Father, you believe that the real intent behind the kidnapping was to drive Tsubaki's family out?
The kidnapper must be someone who profits from this family's misfortune, for example.
He made a fierce, bestial look at me as he paused. He means to say someone like me.
Hypothetically, of course.
His deep, dark laughter echoed in the room.
Still, there are a few holes if we make this assumption.
Excuse me?
Why did the kidnapper bother to take the ransom?
Oh. Right. If the kidnapper knew Shiratori Construction stocks were going to drop, why did he go through all that trouble to get the ransom? You have a point. The kidnapper achieved his goal the moment the 50 million yen were changed into shares.
Also, I don't understand why he chose to kidnap. If he only wanted to run the family into financial ruin, stealing would be more safe than kidnapping, a crime which runs a high risk of involving the police.
Still, this man is getting more and more fearsome.
It's like he had a total confidence in what he was doing. Sounds like maybe he was just doing it for entertainment.
How did Gonzo come up with such a detailed hypothesis going only on what I told him? I guess that just proves that violence alone wasn't all he needed to get to where he is today. Now. For an unknown reason, this word escaped my mouth.
Huh?
Gonzo didn't overlook this word. No, a girl called Yusumi transferred to our school recently, and she claims that the kidnapper is Mao.
Evidence?
She says the kidnapper made contact through the cell phone Mao gave her a few days earlier.
Is that so?
But, Father, Yusumi has some, shall we say, psychological issues. I was thinking this might just be her imagination. Gonzo gently closed his eyes.
So, whatever happens between Asami and Mao in the past had such an impact on her, it was enough to drive her to these crazy ideas?
No. Well, Yusumi did say that they were connected somehow.
Then your job is to investigate that connection.
So I'll have to open my heart and talk with Yusumi? I thought of Yusumi's elusive attitude. This is gonna be a headache.
Mao's target may even be that girl named Yusumi.
Yeah, right. Why would a strong figure like Mao target a worthless girl like Yusumi? Wait, I can't be sure that she doesn't have anything worthwhile. Suddenly, the cell phone in my shirt pocket started vibrating. I wouldn't dare answer a phone in the presence of Gunzo.
So that's why there's a female scent on you. It's that woman.
Gunzo seemed almost pleased.
Look here, Scare. You're not forgetting about your other mission too.
Oh, sorry.
To catch Mao, are you?
Never. Though it is true that I have it on low priority. The task currently on my hands is more important than looking for some devil I don't even know. Well, it's about time for me to go.
Alright. I'm looking forward to some good news from you.
I took a deep bow and left Gonzo's house. I checked my call history after leaving the house. Apparently, it was Aichi. Yusumi is probably with him. Going to get some ramen with them would be a complete waste of time, but I was just subjected to Gonzo's lecturing. Maybe I should call Aichi back. No, wait. The true identity of Mao has nothing to do with me. I'm not about to expose myself to spending time with that irritating Yusumi just for a tip or two. Maybe I should blow them off and head to Tsubaki's house for a check-in. I need to keep an eye on them. It'll be bad news if they get desperate and call the police.
Pardon me?
It's all good. What should I do? This might seem like a trifling matter, but this decision will greatly affect the actions I take from here on out.
I think save this choice.
Oh, definitely. I've been saving all of them.
Yeah. Alright, so
Oh, we have a decision to make, ladies and gentlemen.
I think granted. Hold on. I'm good. Alright. I think as a personal thing, I'm pretty sure the top route will be basically going on to a route basically on Sabaki. And the bottom
Oh,
one
for
will
sure.
be basically the main
With a decision like that, it's almost guaranteed that's where the path we would be heading down.
Yes.
Huh? So far, chat says investigate Yusumi and chase Mao is the route we should go down.
I agree. I think the bottom one will be more interesting.
Alright, that's what we'll
But
go
it's
with.
saved,
That's what
so
we'll
we can
go with
always-
then.
so we can always go back and, like, after we finish an ending, I can check a guide to see, like, the routes and shit.
Yeah. Alright, well, that's what we're gonna do then.
Let's do this.
Right. When I think about it rationally, Tsubaki's family is as good as finished. Even if they manage to get the ransom back, it'll be practically worthless after the stock crashes. Should therefore obey Gonzo's orders and find this Mao guy. I call Aichi and headed for Central Boulevard. So we're doing it after all.
You're late, Kihikskikum.
Aichi and Yusumi were waiting for me in front of the ramen place.
We're really hungry, isn't that right, Asami-san? Yep, I haven't eaten anything since this morning.
Jeez, well whose fault is that? Are you pinched for money?
It's not that. Even I'm just not hungry sometimes.
You have money though, right? At least enough to treat Aichi? Yusumi raised her chin proudly.
Of course, I have my salary. Do you want me to treat you too, Yusai-san?
I'll pass. I don't want to owe someone something just for some silly ramen.
Look at this rich kid.
Actually, now that I think about it, since when do you eat things besides junk food, Aichi?
I kinda have to, in order to live, you moron. I can shove it down just as fine as long as I'm not around a chick I'm interested in. So, let's go in. I'm gonna eat so much. Ah, Aichi-san. Don't order a large if you don't mind. Do you know what's interesting I've noticed? Hold on. This is the first time. No. Have you noticed? Well, go back to the log. I want to see if what you're thinking is. The last line that isn't her. Do you find anything weird about that line?
Which one? This one or
That one. Not that one. Aichi-san, don't order a large if you don't mind. Do you find anything interesting about that line?
Yeah, I think it gives a hint about her financial situation.
No, not that.
Is that not what you're getting out of it?
Usami. This is Usami.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, so... What does she usually call him?
Itakechi-san.
Yes, this time she's got his name right.
Yeah, so...
And every time she's addressed him before this event, it was always Itakechi-san. Something interesting happening.
For sure.
Huh? And no toppings either, if possible. What the heck? Sorry, I forgot to withdraw money. I only have a 1,000 yen bill in my wallet. You don't get birthdays every day? Fine, I won't eat anything. Order what you want. Oh, really?
Damn, I'm not sure how to feel about that.
That's all this about. How disgusting. And tell me she's actually a nice person. Go on.
Yusumi handed Aichi the 1,000 yen bill. Huh? There's something unusual about Aichi's hesitation. Could even this kid be affected by a guilty conscience?
Well, thanks. Here I go.
I suppose that was asking for the impossible.
When you're a demon like me, scamming women out of their money is just like taking candy from a baby.
Oh, Jesus! God damn it, Aichi. The most sinister character in this fucking game.
Yes.
I have no intention of helping Yusumi, but... Oh, okay. Okay, game.
Alright, which one? I personally think expose the lie. Get Asami some help. What do you reckon?
I mean, that is what we were asked to do, is it not?
Yeah.
In a sense.
Alright.
Do we help Yusumi? Cause yeah. I'm leaning towards the top with this one.
Yeah, me too. We got 2 votes for yes.
Alright, I'll leave it at that. This time Aichi's really overdoing it. If I do her a favor, Yusumi might open up to me. In a way that's also unappealing, but... Aichi, your birthday's not until June, okay?
What?
Have you heard the good news?
Yes. Hmm?
Tsubaki said it was in her diary, and I remember it too. You were kicking up a fuss that day the same way you did today.
What are you talking about, Kiriksi again?
In any case, your birthday's nowhere near today.
Is that true, Aichi-san?
Come to think of it, I treated you to a huge parfait in a family restaurant last time.
Do you have any proof?
I could get you the receipt if I go home now.
There's no way you'd still have it.
Do you doubt this, man?
Yes.
Sure I would. It'd just take a second to find it.
As I said, you keep receipts? What are you, a housewife?
Fucking rude! Better luck next time you're trying to scam for a meal, Aichi.
Aichi-san, is it really not your birthday? It is my birthday. I have 2 birthdays a year. Fuck it. Oh, not bad.
She's impressed. And just what the hell is not bad about it? I don't have time to fool around with these jokers. Let's just eat quickly and leave. I'm very busy. And that's that, I suppose. I exited the restaurant after the late night dinner was finished. Well, I'll see you at school.
See ya.
I was stopped as I turned to leave.
Wait a second, if you would, Azai-san.
What for?
There's a reason I asked you to join me today. What about me?
Yusumi adjusted her hair and said,
There's something I wanted to ask you.
about yesterday? Where did the ransom go? Must have bothered her all night.
Yes, I want to hear your opinion on when and how the shares in the briefcase disappeared.
Lord if I know! The details Tsubaki has told me about resurfaced in my mind. It happened at 9:30 last night, right? Central Boulevard was all messed up because of Cannon's show.
Yes, it was at that moment that Mao took the briefcase in front of the burger shop.
Did Tsubaki put it there?
Yes.
But you'd already switched out the briefcase with the one you prepared, right?
Yes. Therefore, the shares inside Tsubaki's briefcase were already gone before I swapped it for mine.
I see. How did the kidnapper get the ransom? This has nothing to do with me, but it sparks my curiosity.
Excuse me, I have no idea what you guys are talking about.
The 50 share certificates were all placed in an envelope, correct?
Yes.
You're positive Tsubaki placed the shares in the briefcase in the first place?
I saw it with my own eyes. She put the envelope containing the shares into a briefcase immediately after she bought it at the store.
Did Tsubaki ever check the contents of the briefcase afterward?
I doubt it. I asked her earlier this afternoon and Tsubaki doesn't remember opening the briefcase after putting the shares in.
So Tsubaki just assumed that the shares were still inside the briefcase while she was running around the city.
Although, the same goes for me too.
She scratched her head and smiled ironically.
Hello, let me join in here.
I feel you, Aichi. So, what do you want to ask? Yusumi frowned when she heard my prompt.
Let me get this straight, Azai-san.
She took a step forward.
The briefcase was locked in the station lockers twice yesterday.
Right.
The first time was around noon when Tsubaki was riding to Sagaragi City. The second time was at night, and Tsubaki was heading to the park in the Eastern District.
And?
Now about the lockers in question. I guarded it for the first day in the lockers. There was no sign of any suspicious activity. But what about the second time?
So that's what she wanted to say. Yusumi had asked me to stay by the lockers yesterday. I didn't spot anyone strange near it.
You didn't see a tall, thin man in a black coat?
Is that the kidnapper?
Yes, that's Mao.
'Cause there are plenty of tall, thin guys with black coats around here. About how old is he? Yusumi replied with confusion.
Can't say for sure. I would guess he's a young man.
Early 20s? Older?
Like I said, I can't say for sure. I only saw his back. Anyway, all young men are tall and thin these days, so I don't have much to go on when guessing his age.
Apparently, Yusumi doesn't have anything conclusive on Mao. Alright, I get it. Point is, I didn't see a man like that while I was guarding it.
Could he have been disguised?
Aichi popped out.
Well, I don't really know anything about it. I just wanted to join the conversation.
I feel you. No one approached the locker in any case.
Are you absolutely sure?
I felt the piercing gaze against which even my deepest secrets have no protection. Absolutely. Well, I was a bit tired at the time, so I might have been a little out of it.
Kiyoseki and let the kidnapper go.
I apologize if that turns out to be the case.
Now, don't worry about it. I didn't catch the kidnapper either.
Still... Hadn't Tsubaki already locked the locker?
Yes, Tsubaki had the key with her the whole time as she ran around the city and went to the park.
Well then, this is a non-issue. Nobody could have opened the locker and stolen the ransom without the key.
You have a point.
Yusumi nodded in agreement. She's playing with her hair again. Have you hit an impasse?
Not exactly.
Then you've got an idea. She went silent. What? Don't tell me you're suspecting me again? Laughed as I tested the waters.
Kiyoseki is totally a thin, tall young man.
And to tell the truth, I have a black coat too. Yusumi didn't laugh.
Listen, Usami-san, why would Kiyoseki want to kidnap Tsubaki's brother?
Yeah, why do I have to be the one with idle enough hands to do something like that?
The motives of the kidnapper are still a mystery. Even now, I guess you could say I'm an impasse on that front at least.
Since you look so troubled, let me tell you some juicy news. This is rapidly becoming a pain in the ass. The stocks of Shiratori construction that the kidnapper specified? Yusumi started playing with her hair again. I've heard they're going to plummet. Yusumi's fingers, lost in her long hair, suddenly stopped swirling.
You're kidding.
Not in the least.
How did you find out about this?
I heard it from Papa.
No, should we interpret this as a mistake on Mao's part?
I don't know about that. Shiratori construction stock drop could be predicted by anyone with the tiniest relationship to the... Yusumi interrupted me.
So you're saying that the kidnapper might have intentionally chosen this form of ransom due to prior knowledge about the stock drop?
It's pretty out there, I know.
I see.
Just something to ruminate on.
Most definitely.
Yusumi took her deepest bow yet. Anyway, all we can do at the moment is pray that Tsubaki's brother returns safely.
True.
I turned as our conversation began to wind down.
Sorry for holding you up. I appreciate your time.
Yusumi left.
Wait, I totally didn't realize her brother's still captive. Is he going to be alright?
It's getting late.
Just totally ignored him.
Yep, just totally ignoring him. Let it be that. He demanded that she keep it secret even from her parents. Late that night, Tsubaki moved silently toward a nearby park. Alone. She told her father she would be taking a walk. I don't like where this is going.
Yeah.
Although she never was good at lying, she wasn't scolded. Perhaps her father was too worked up over worrying about Hiroaki's safety. Is this supposedly when Hiroaki is going to be returned?
I don't know. But
I don't know, but I have a bad feeling about this.
yeah.
Her cell phone had rang that day as she returned home in the evening. Tsubaki had been summoned. As she thought she might be able to get her brother back, she obeyed. She sat on the specified bench, awaiting Hiroaki's appearance and the kidnapper's voice. A voice came from behind her. Do not turn around. Its commanding tone forced a shiver up her spine. Though she hadn't sensed anything, the man was already behind Tsubaki. First of all, what a scene! Damn. It was the voice from the calls. A voice she'd heard many times. Sure enough, it was the kidnapper. Don't get excited and turn around. Your beloved little brother will make headlines tomorrow if you get the tiniest glimpse of my face. Tsubaki couldn't help but get nervous. The kidnapper was right behind her. Your reply? I understand. Yes, that's a good girl. Tsubaki felt like running away from this place. I've done everything you've asked me to up to this point. Now it's your turn. Her knees trembled in fear. The terror overwhelmed even her throat as it vainly attempted to form coherent words. Please, give him back to me. Done everything I've asked, you say? You've already got the money, and I didn't call the police. Tsubaki slowly explained the situation. What could the kidnapper possibly be discontent with? Then why did Yusame Haru get in the way? What? Yusame intended to catch me. Surely you couldn't have been oblivious to that. True, Haru had chased the kidnapper along Central Boulevard, but she had also swapped the briefcases containing the ransom. Could this have angered the kidnapper? Tsubaki came clean. Haru-chan said she wanted to catch you. And you agreed to let her? Yes. Tsubaki immediately began to wonder if she might have made the wrong choice. Haru-chan tried to catch you and also swapped the briefcases. Are you angry? She swapped briefcases, huh? In an emergency like that, it's pretty clever to come up with such a plan. Even so, it was all in vain against such a talented criminal. The kidnapper had already taken the ransom some time before then. Nevertheless, Tsubaki, let's just pretend Yusume's plan had worked out. What do you think would have happened if you had gotten your ransom back? What would happen? Tsubaki didn't know. All she knew for certain was that his voice, his horrific voice which crushed and subdued one's spirit, was capable of inspiring endless depths of terror. You promised to hand over the money. In stark contrast to this promise, you betrayed me. It would be entirely within my bounds if I exacted revenge on you. Wouldn't you agree? I'm very, very sorry. She loosed torrential words of apology, swift and profuse. Yusumi told you, didn't she? That your brother would never return, even after you handed over the ransom? Yes.
Hold on, I'll be right back.
Okay.
Right, pause it for a sec, I'm interested.
She said the hostage was the biggest risk. Oh, my goodness. Oh, when did that happen? Oh, when I typed witch. That's probably when. I forget my own hotkeys. It's so easy to. Well, do you think that Yusumi was right in saying that the hostage Hiroaki would never come back, even after the ransom had been paid? Because I think they were definitely going to let the family sweat it out after the ransom had been taken. Personally, I think if they were ever going to give the kid back, it would be on the day that their property's just gone, guaranteed. So that's what I'm really interested to see now. When, if ever, Hiroaki is going to be returned to their family.
I'm back. Alright, let's continue.
Yes, let's. I had intended to let him return unharmed. Think about it. When one says the hostage won't return, one means he's been killed. Each hair on Tsubaki's body stood on end. Use your brain and think. I don't want to get involved with the police. I emphasized this. Yes. If the hostage never came back, what would you do? You'd call the police for sure. And killing someone without leaving a single trace behind is practically impossible, you see. Now, his casual description of such monstrosities was far too detailed and concise for comfort. This subconscious realization sent Tsubaki's stomach reeling. As she could no longer attempt to fathom his words without becoming ill, Tsubaki caved in and accepted his claims. You were instigated by Yusumi. No, Haru-chan only wanted to help. No, that's not the case. The kidnapper interrupted. Yusumi didn't try to catch me for your sake, and friendship wasn't guiding her actions. Huh? Huh? It was a grudge. A chill tainted the air. Do you want to know more? Tsubaki couldn't answer the kidnapper's question. Her silence stirred up laughter from the darkness. I suppose your biggest concern at the moment is your brother's return. Am I right? These words flung her back toward her mission. Lightly curling her stiff fingers, Tsubaki nervously asked, "Will you release him?" The adversary replied with a sigh which suddenly transformed into another bout of laughter. As long as you obey my orders. His wild laughter took a tight grip of Tsubaki's heart. That condition had been more of a threat than a request. Her lips were shivering. She could no longer feel the chill in the air. She thought only of getting as far away from here as she could. She vaguely sensed a feeling of disgust at this man through the haze of fear. Mao. She remembered the time when Haru mentioned this name. Mao reached out his claws and closed the distance between Tsubaki and himself. Tsubaki always looked into her partner's eyes when upholding a conversation. Yet, the courage to turn back, the courage to face the terror behind her, was entirely absent in Tsubaki at the moment. The wind blew. Mao whispered softly into her ear.
What is happening?
Damn, bro.
Fuck. Now I'm scared.
Of what he's planning. Yeah, for sure. I don't know what exactly he intends to have Tsubaki do, but whatever it is, it can't be good. I came to school again today. Or I guess I should ask, are you still intent to keep going?
Yeah, for a little bit.
Alright, just let me know when you want to call it a night. Morning, everyone.
Yeah.
My classmates replied cheerfully to my greeting.
Hold on a sec.
Okay. Something happening with the stream?
Not exactly.
Okay.
Alright, I'm back.
Okay.
Alright, good morning, Azai-san.
Hey, can't you do something about your hair? Every single morning, I come in and you spoil my good mood.
What about you? It doesn't look like you slept much last night.
Really? Well, I didn't.
You were with me till late last night.
Jeez. I returned to my seat. I haven't called Miki-chan in quite a while, so I guess I'll do it now.
Looks like Shiratori-san's not here yet.
Apparently not. She's absent all the time.
Is there some sort of reason for that?
Might be related to the stock crash. Yusumi nodded in agreement. Not out of the realm of possibility, to be sure.
Oh, yeah. Ah, Tsubaki.
Tsubaki was already at her seat before he even realized she came in. You don't see that every day. Tsubaki always jumps in and greets everyone energetically. It must be because of what transpired last night. Tsubaki? She panicked when addressed. Yeah, definitely. Something wrong? Azai-kun, good morning.
Hiraki-kun must still be.
Yeah. So the kidnapper still has the hostage. It'll be a hassle if the police have to get involved. Hmm.
The music stopped.
Shit's about to get serious. Tsubaki sank her teeth into her lips. Haru-chan.
What?
May I ask you about something? She asked apprehensively. Yusumi and I both frowned at seeing Tsubaki like this. Why do you want to catch the kidnapper? Yusumi replied, unshaken.
If we catch the kidnapper, we won't have to pay a ransom, yet Hiroaki-kun would still return safe and sound.
I see.
We've been through so much already, why ask now?
Tsubaki couldn't answer Yusumi's question and looked away. Is that all?
Pardon?
Is that really the only reason? She was acting a bit strange. Almost as if she weren't asking for herself, but for somebody else. You said the kidnapper was Mao, right?
Right.
Do you know him? You want to catch the kidnapper, but not just for the sake of my family, isn't that right? I couldn't help but think that something about Tsubaki was different today. Gee, I wonder what gave it away, mate. This might be the first time I've ever seen Tsubaki suspect someone.
Sorry, sure, I'd jump at any opportunity to catch Mao.
Right.
Also had to hold a personal grudge against Mao. Is there something wrong with that?
Yusumi turned her face away after confessing, as if she was hurt deeply. Sorry, that was a pretty weird question. You're only trying to help us catch the kidnapper out of the goodness of your own heart, Haru-chan.
I wasn't much help, though.
That may be true, but nobody can say you didn't try. Things keep getting stranger and stranger. Normally Tsubaki would have been comforting Yusumi right now. May I ask one more question?
Go ahead.
You once said that Hiroaki wouldn't be released even if we handed over the money, right?
I've said that many times. The kidnapper isn't going to let him go, whether we give him the money or not.
In fact, Hiroaki-kun was still trapped somewhere.
Is that really true?
Is that really true? The kidnapper is really afraid of the police.
Seems as much.
If Hiroaki really doesn't return, we will call the police for help. The kidnapper must have predicted this too, so wouldn't that mean he intends to return Hiroaki to us? Tsubaki was right. If the kidnapper really fears law enforcement, then he must free the hostage. He would be in deep trouble if he killed the hostage.
I'm not the kidnapper, so I don't know what he's thinking. The fact is, he fears the police, and that means unlikely to let him go. This is what the kidnapper thinks. If the hostage returns, Tsubaki's family would call the police to get the ransom back.
This theory was pretty feasible. I think they have every intention to keep that hostage until the 10th day, when getting the ransom back is a moot point because the land is no longer theirs.
Yeah, I agree.
So yeah, at this point, it's just a waiting game.
Yeah, but that doesn't, include the reason he chose to speak to, Tsubaki. What's the reason there? And to ask about Usami's motives of all things, like, what's going on next?
I think with what went down last night, before they cut away, this was orchestrated by Mao last night.
Yeah.
Since he brought up Yusumi Haru last night.
Yeah.
He wanted more insight.
But he's also the one that did something, so he has that connection. It's not that he's oblivious to Usami.
No.
So, in my theory, I think he told Tsubaki something. So who knows? Because I don't know. That's just my theory, but let's keep looking at it.
Yep, we'll have to see if it bears fruit. If the hostage was freed, there would be nothing for Tsubaki to worry about when calling the police. The ransom came at the expense of the land they had been protecting up until now. Tsubaki's dad wouldn't want to let go of it, so it's possible that the kidnappers already factored this into his plans.
It's just my theory. The truth is yet to be revealed.
Yes. Tsubaki emitted a long sigh afterward. Sorry, Haru-chan, she cried with all her voice. I'm really sorry for interrogating you. It was as if a demon within her vanished. What's gotten into you? Nothing. I'm fine.
You look exhausted.
Tsubaki recovered her cheerful smile.
Did something happen?
I troubled Haru-chan right from the get-go today. Period.
Wait a second. Back up to before the period.
After that, our regular day began.
I'm unsettled, and I don't know why.
Yeah, seeing Tsubaki like that.
Get this. In all my years, I've never heard about this.
Everyone gathered on the rooftop during lunch break, as always.
Hitting apparently means something sexual.
Really now? And here I was thinking you might say something interesting.
Scared me half to death. I thought it was a fancy word for when those families from the Sanganjaya area take their dogs out for a walk along the banks.
Good for you. Tsubaki arrived at the rooftop as we continued our meaningless conversation.
Tsubaki-chan, are you alright?
With respect to what?
That brat, I mean your brother.
Tsubaki paled.
Don't worry, he's just gotta be alive.
Aichi didn't even understand the reason behind the heart-stopping atmosphere. Thank you. I hope this isn't worrying you too much. Aichi? Worry?
No problem. I just want you to know my thoughts are with you.
He had a triumphant look on his face. His denseness is almost endearing, in a way. Almost reminds you of somebody, doesn't it? Ah, Tsubaki? Can I come to your house to hang out tonight? Tsubaki's eyes shot open, and she froze for a second. When tonight? I won't stay late. Sure. In that case, it's fine. Are you busy? No, but why do you ask? Seems like my visit isn't welcomed. There's something I need to discuss with your father. About returning the loan. And also, I'm worried about you.
Amazing.
Aichi spat.
Don't worry about me. I'm fine. If you say so. You're so considerate, Azai-kun.
She smiled. A weak smile, bathed in darkness.
Can I come too?
Haru-chan too?
Yusumi showed up out of thin air and asked for Tsubaki's permission. Why do you have to come?
No reason. I just felt like I could be of some assistance.
Quit speaking Martian!
You'd be surprised, but I'm actually very good at chores.
I know, shocking, right? You're full of it. It's quite obvious that you fail at life.
And I've got talent.
I call bullshit.
Sami-san, what talent do you have?
She blushed and looked down.
Well, I play a little violin.
Come to think of it, you said that when you first arrived.
I thought it was a joke.
Same. As scary as it may sound, it's no joke.
Well, then when can we hear you play? Anyway, Tsubaki doesn't need you to perform for her right now.
Alright. Maybe next time.
It's probably only a bluff anyway. Even so, I do need to get some information on Yusumi. I need to find out her relation to Mao. I had wanted to delay this, but... You have so much free time, Yusumi. I said this in a playful tone.
I don't have much free time. Not at all.
Then what do you do at night?
I go to public bathhouses because I like taking baths, and it takes quite a while to wash my hair.
Cut it then.
So, is Haru-chan coming to my house?
It might be a little late.
Her face froze as if something nagged her in the back of her mind.
I'm really sorry, but can you guys leave before 11?
Oh, you really had plans?
Yeah.
What could you possibly be doing so late?
Online games? Hey, that's my line! Games? Why so late? Can't you play them at any time? Yeah, but my excuse is I work until 10 o'clock at night.
I bet I know. Did you arrange a meeting time with your online friends beforehand?
Yeah! We're going to kill the evil boss together!
Sure, okay, whatever you say. Something tells me they're not buying it. Yusumi and I exchanged glances. She must be thinking the same thing as me. Tsubaki's hiding something. Gee, I wonder what gave it away. It's almost as if she's a terrible liar.
What? Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Something that can't be discussed with us.
It's not like massive secret, massive plot twist. Tsubaki's secretly a closet gamer.
Uh-huh, totally. It's not at all that. What could it possibly be?
Well, you're holding up just fine, aren't you?
Haha, I told you, I'm fine.
I gazed down at the streets from the rooftop. Amidst the usual scenery, one can see the true winter slowly seeping in. After school, Tsubaki and I walked side by side down Central Boulevard.
Claire de Lune.
Did something happen yesterday? Is that the name of the song? I didn't see it.
Yeah, it's a song that it's a classic And it's in this game, of course.
Ah. I was going to make use of our time alone. Pardon? You can talk to me about it. You know that, right? About what? Don't play dumb. You went for Yusumi's throat first thing this morning. She quickly grew uncomfortable. Is that so? Pretending to be absent-minded like that doesn't suit you, Tsubaki. I smirked and stared at her. Don't tell me. You called the police? I said it like it was nothing. No, I didn't. Really? Yeah, I wouldn't even think of doing that with Hiroaki still gone. Then what is it? Tsubaki averted her gaze, trying to escape my question. Sorry, but there's really nothing wrong. Let me ask you something, Azai-kun. She changed the subject as if something came to mind. Do you know anything about Haru-chan? Know anything? What do you mean? Anything about Haru-chan and the kidnapper? Why would Tsubaki be interested in the relation between Yusumi and Mao all of a sudden? No, nothing at all. All I've heard is that she holds some big grudge against him. I see. What about you? Do you know anything? No, I don't. Does it interest you? She responded almost in a whisper. I tried to treat her as a friend, but I did so even when I knew nothing about her. Tsubaki's face twisted in anguish. So today I started thinking, maybe that's something I shouldn't be doing.
She knows something.
Oh, definitely. What on earth brought on this train of thought? I think that habit of yours is just fine, if you ask me. I mean, that odd little quirk is just part of who she is. Tsubaki cried out. But she knows the kidnapper, you know? Just how does she know the person who kidnapped my brother? I'm not sure. Why don't you try asking her? I did, but she just keeps changing the subject. Oh, wait, maybe my question wasn't precise enough. Same here. I asked about her relationship with Mao once, but she refused to reveal it. Silence fell upon us.
This is the first time I've seen Tsubaki like this.
Uh-huh. And compared to how she usually is, yeah, it's a little unsettling to see.
Yeah, a little devil is growing inside her.
Uh-huh.
Anger.
Yeah. Because she still doesn't have her brother back.
Yeah.
And she's getting impatient. And she wants something, anything, any information she can get.
Yeah.
What? Do you hate Yusumi all of a sudden?
We still don't have the climax of what Mao meant by making her human.
Yeah, that's what... It's another thing I'm still waiting to see with this game. Just what that turns out to be.
Yes.
It's not like I hate her. You must be tired, Tsubaki. They paid the ransom, and her brother has yet to return. She must be extremely worked up. But the situation won't change, even if you go after Yusumi. I know. I did something really mean to Haru-chan. I held back the urge to click my tongue and asked, Aren't you going home to spend time with your siblings? Huh? Not today. Why? Oh! Then, could you accompany me for a while? Accompany? Let's go shopping. Come buy a CD with me. Tsubaki shook her head. Dad would be really worried. I want to get home as soon as possible. I can see that. Sorry. You were trying to help me relax, weren't you? Thanks. I'm only coming over today to talk to your dad about the money. I'll leave immediately thereafter. That was the last bit of conversation we had along the way. The truth is, sir, a loan's a loan. Things will get messy if you can't return it. I started talking to Tsubaki's dad about the land. There's still a week until the deadline. The money was borrowed without any real means of paying it back in the first place. They're aware of your situation as well, so we'll most likely end up having to seize your land.
In the end, we still have to move out.
I sympathize with your situation, but
I know. It's the kidnapper's fault. We've done nothing wrong. But neither of you or the lender.
I'm very sorry. Lowered my head. I apologize, sir. I do feel like I may be meddling a bit too much, but, well, you guys are in a tight spot and all, so I tried to negotiate with my father. As a result, I was able to get a real estate agency to prepare a new home for you. If it pleases you, you can move in there. His eyes went round.
Sounds wonderful. But we have a really big family and all.
I've already mentioned that.
Azai-kun, we couldn't be more grateful.
He bowed deeply.
If the kidnapper was a devil, then you're an angel. That's
And-
an interesting,
Yeah, that is an interesting
Analogy.
That's an interesting analogy to make.
Yes.
It really puts into perspective the two sides of himself.
Yes.
The two sides, Kiyosuke and Mao.
Yes.
An adult bowing to a kid like me. Still, I felt nothing. For more information, you can talk to the person in charge directly. I took out a card from the real estate agency. It's a subsidiary of Sano Corporation. The same company arranged to buy the land from the lender after it's been seized. Things are going to get pretty tough from this point forward.
I would have sold this land if I knew this was going to happen.
Well, if you had done that, you wouldn't even have had to borrow money. There weren't any other options. The kidnapper demanded 50 million yen in a single day. Even if they sold the land, it would have taken at least a week to finalize everything.
We've lived here for a long, long time.
He looked around nostalgically.
Still, I'd at least like to stay here until Hiroaki returns.
So that means maybe a week. I'm actually a bit relieved
About what?
that you folks have come to terms with moving out. Tsubaki's father cocked his head to the side and thought for a moment. That came out wrong. I just meant that it would be hard on you if you decided to stay behind on land that had already been seized. To come home one day, only to find all your furniture gone, replaced by a lone eviction notice pasted to your door. To have nowhere to go under the cold night sky. Shook the painful memories from my head. Well, it's time for me to leave. I apologize again for not being much help.
Leaving already? Hey, Tsubaki.
He called to the depths of the house. Yes, Dad? I'm going home. Two kids chased after Tsubaki.
Oni-chan, I'm hungry.
Alright, I'll start making dinner. Azai-kun, are you leaving?
Oni-chan, continue the story.
Only if you're a good boy. The kids surrounded Tsubaki. Azai-kun, I'm really sorry I didn't spend much time with you. It's fine. I only came here to have a talk with your dad anyway.
Hey, Oni-chan, will you come play house with us?
There's one thing to say about the Miwa kids. It's that they certainly are outgoing. I wouldn't be surprised if Hiroaki went with the kidnapper out of his own free will.
By the way, where's your mom? I imagine still bedridden? I couldn't get it off my mind, so I stopped and asked before I left. Oh, she's not feeling well. Is she sleeping? Tsubaki nodded. Give her my best wishes. I'll see you tomorrow. Sure, see you later. Shouts of bye-bye, boyfriend, followed from the kids, just like chirping birds. Okay, shall we eat? The house echoed with laughter as I left.
I really don't think Hiraraki is going to be like that for much longer.
No.
Wow.
Ah! A bundle of long hair smothered my face as soon as I stepped out onto the porch. Well, hello there!
What are you doing? Embracing someone so suddenly like that?
I wasn't embracing you! What are you doing here?
Didn't I say I'd be coming to Sabaki's house too?
What?
Huh?
Oh, right. I thought you were kidding.
As I said, you really don't give a crap about me, do you?
Her eyes were crystal clear. You call this coming to Tsubaki's house? What time do you think it is?
Hey, I told her I'd be late.
Why are you so late anyway? Work?
No, I'm quitting work for a while.
Huh? Why?
There are too many things to investigate. Tired
Inve-
of doubt.
Investigate. Don't tell me you're still on that.
Yep.
She said it as though it was the most obvious thing in the world. Just leave it to the police.
They didn't call the police yet.
Even so, why would you go to the trouble of doing it yourself?
I feel like I owe it to myself.
Well, she did talk real big about catching the kidnapper, but then ended up not accomplishing a single thing after all. So what are you trying to find this time?
News about Hiraraki-kun.
And? Did you manage to find anything?
Nope.
Don't say it so confidently.
Sorry.
This girl is hopeless.
Can almost pinpoint the location where Hiraraki-kun was kidnapped.
Oh, really? Oh, come on. Everybody knows it happened somewhere between the kindergarten and his house.
Indeed, it must have. I've been walking back and forth on the trail all day, asking passerbys a few questions from time to time.
In other words, you were looking for a witness?
Yep.
Did you find one?
Not even one. I asked a lot of people, but no one had seen a white sedan.
A white sedan?
Right. The car that stopped in the Southern District residential area a few days ago. Sabaki was told to wait in it.
Did you see it happen?
Yes. I asked Sabaki afterwards. She said that Mao had planned to drive her around.
That's not the point. Do you remember the license plate number?
Sure, of course I do.
Then we can check who owns the car?
Through the Department of Transportation?
No. There's a website that can give you more detailed information than the Department of Transportation. They can even sniff out light vehicles and motorcycles.
But Mao surely must have known the car could leave a trail.
Well, if he used a stolen car, Lord knows what information you'd get out of the license plate number.
Right. That's why I didn't pick up that lead.
She hung her head and closed her eyes. Yusumi always looks a little gloomy, so it's hard to say whether or not she's depressed. Say, did you ever figure out how the kidnapper took the ransom? What? Cat got your tongue? Yusumi frowned.
Sometimes I wonder what good it would do if I found out. It all just feels pointless.
Come again?
I have two theories. Of
Alright.
How it could have happened.
Yeah, let's hear.
The only times that she ever like had the case, like ever didn't have the case, with the exception to when Haru and Tsubaki switched, was when the locker was in the 2 times, and when the police were like searching her car. So the only 2 times I can think that the case could have been swapped is when Asai-san had the locker, but that would have to be only if a spare key was made.
Yeah, the spare key specifically for that locker to open it, swap them.
Plus, I think maybe that police exchange, like, because she didn't grab the suitcase out of a car. She left it there.
Police. Yeah, she left it there, and then the police grabbed it.
Yeah, but hear me out. What if there was a suitcase planted somewhere at time, and that's the suitcase that he grabbed? Like it was planned. Like the suitcases were swapped and hidden.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're the only 2 times I can think, because they're the only 2 times that Tsubaki didn't have the case that wasn't like guarded, you know?
Yeah, exactly. It's worth keeping in mind, that's for sure.
So why'd you say X in chat?
Oh, when you said the name of the song was Doubt.
Oh, nice.
For the old press X to Doubt meme.
Oh, fair enough. Sorry, I didn't mean to take things out on you like that.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
As I just said, the ransom has already been taken. I'm no detective. Finding out how the kidnapper accomplished it wouldn't help a bit.
Well, aren't you at least curious?
At the moment, I just want to focus my efforts on finding Tsubaki's brother.
Yusumi can be pretty stubborn when she wants to be. I guess this means she still doesn't know how the kidnapper did it. I thought she was smart, but in the end, she's just a strange girl.
Zai-san, do you think you can lend me a hand?
What are you talking about?
Naturally, I'm asking you to help me find the Rocky-kun.
For a moment, I didn't know how to reply. Sure. It's for Tsubaki, so I guess I could spare some time. If Hiroaki didn't come back, Tsubaki's family will most definitely call the police. An investigation would prompt Sano Corporation to put an unimaginable pressure on the Azai Corporation. We need to find Hiroaki, even if it means making use of company resources. I don't know if I'll be of any use, so don't expect anything.
What are you talking about? Aren't you the prince of that Azai Corporation?
She brought up the subject smoothly. She caught me so off guard I almost didn't catch it. What did you just say? And Yusumi ignored my question.
Azai Gonzo is your father, isn't he?
Should I answer or not? My silence was my answer. How did you know? Yusumi suddenly started acting flustered.
Well, I like you, so I want to know everything about you, Azai-san.
That's disgusting, alright? Stop giving me goosebumps.
What a fucking shad. Goosebumps. Yeah? Thank you.
This is so gross that I couldn't help but frown.
I just asked the teachers a little bit about you. Was it really that creepy? His answer's gonna be just mixed.
Oh, absolutely. You've got a lot of nerve to go acting like that in front of someone you just did a background check on.
To be a background check or anything? Was it really supposed to be that big of a secret?
Now that she mentions it, that information really wasn't enough to get all worked up about. What I really didn't want people to know was my position in the Azai Corporation. Don't tell anyone.
I wasn't planning to, but why shouldn't I?
Because I hate standing out. I always have. The most suitable place for me is hidden in the dark, silently observing.
Alright. Sorry.
Yusumi stared at me.
Also, I really appreciate your help.
But you're such a weirdo.
Really?
You're under the impression that Hiroaki is no longer of this world, aren't you?
In my opinion, the chances are high, yes.
If so, why even bother looking for him?
I only said the chances are high, not absolute. We're talking about a life here. We have to gamble on it as long as we are it's not absolutely certain.
Gamble, eh? I was a little impressed. And here I thought you were a person who functions solely on logic.
Really?
Well, whatever. Anyway, I'm going home.
Oh, wait. Do you want to exchange phone numbers?
Exchange? You have a cell phone now?
Yeah, I finally bought a plan. It's only 1 yen cell though.
Wow, okay. Finally noticed the inconvenience, eh? I put her number into my phone as I told her mine.
Hey, they have a discount for couples. If 2 people register together, they save a lot of money.
Please, God, not again, you disgusting woman! Well, yeah, that's true. Oh! Oh!
At least she's forward.
Uh-huh, I can't deny that.
Yeah.
Hey, how's it going, Send Help? Huh?
Give me a second, I'm just refreshing chat if someone actually messaged in chat.
Oh, Send Help is here.
Oh, yeah. Oh, Army. Oh, nice.
If you'd rather just be called a me, then yeah, that's fine. I'll
Oh, me.
work on calling you that. I'll work on starting to refer to you that way from now on.
Alright. Don't take it the wrong way. It's only because I don't have any male friends and I'm short on money, which means the only thing I can do is count on his eyesight to help me out here. Yep.
Yeah, totally. Okay. Yeah, okay, buddy.
Oh yeah.
So, how's your day been, how's your day been, Ami?
Yeah, how are you?
Get it already. Jesus, you're gross.
Sorry, I promise I won't call you too often.
Please don't call me for anything stupid. I beg of you. See ya.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna ask Tsubaki and her father a few questions in the meantime.
I left the Miwa household. Making more art? Yeah, I've been seeing it all in the art sharing chat. I love looking at it.
Yeah, you've been doing a good job. Oh no.
What, Yusumi?
Oh, it works.
Huh?
Look, I never owned a cell phone before. It feels like my heart's been racing ever since I held my own very own cell.
What?
Oh, I didn't need anything. I just thought I'd call to let you know how nervous I was, waiting with bated breath to see whether or not my call would get through.
This girl is so annoying.
That is golden.
That was brain.
Ooh. Ooh.
Tells her not to call her for anything stupid, immediately calls him for something stupid.
Yes. Is golden.
Anyway, more of this. She lied again. The feeling that she was betraying her family and friends was positively suffocating. You'll really return my brother if I do so? The kidnapper, Mao, had given Tsubaki a single order last night. I knew it. I did as you told me. I recited the words from yesterday to Haru-chan. I knew it!
Yes.
I knew he told her to ask those questions.
Yes.
I fucking knew it.
Oh yeah.
I meant it when I said she wasn't asking for herself.
Yeah.
In other words, she questioned the relationship between Haru and Mao, and the reason behind Haru's refusal to deliver the ransom.
Yeah.
What did you think about it? Mao suddenly asked. Well, Tsubaki was speechless. I didn't like it. Mao stirred a bit behind Tsubaki. Did Yusumi give you a satisfying answer? Satisfying? Or did she dodge the question? Tsubaki thought back to the conversation at school this morning. Haru-chan must have refused to give you the ransom for a reason. I can understand that. And what about her connection to me? Tsubaki's attention dropped to the hands on her knees. I think everyone must have one or two secrets of their own. An outstanding answer. Mao teased Tsubaki. Still, aren't you afraid of Yusumi? Afraid? Why would she know a ferocious outlaw like me? She knew he had hit the mark. That was a suspicion that had been bugging her since dusk. Yet fear was not the thing she felt. Haru was exhausted from trying to help Tsubaki. Though the ransom was still taken in the end, she still clearly felt Haru's effort. There was no reason behind it. Tsubaki trusted Haru by instinct. Tsubaki, not suspecting people is the same as taking them lightly. Why? If you have any interest in a person, naturally you are going to suspect him. If you don't suspect him, it only means you're trying to escape the complications of human relations. Trepidation grew inside Tsubaki. How could this man behind her... Right, exactly, just...
Like, is he trying to put suspicion and thought, like... Is he just like, trying to, introduce the concept of distrust to Tsubaki?
Certainly feels that way, the way he's trying to sow that seed of doubt in her mind about what Yusumi Haru's real intentions are. How could this man behind her say such piercing things? Things capable of penetrating her very soul. Do you know what others call people like you? The ones who seem to be kind, but in actuality are just not thinking about anything? Hypocrites? Mao's tone deepened again. Children.
Ooh.
Mao continued with a cold voice. Because parents are parents, children believe in them. The same goes for you. Because friends are friends, you also believe in them. Speechlessness.
discomfort. An alarm rang in her mind, warning her that she could not continue listening to this madman's soft whispers. Please stop. I've already done as I was told. Now return my brother to me. She gave her all to change the course of the conversation. If you won't return him no matter what, I swear I'll call the police. She thought of Hiroaki. The forthcoming anger pushed away her confusion. I'd like to ask you to refrain from that. Huh? Listen, Tsubaki. I have my own reasons. Do you think I would kidnap a 5-year-old kid just for fun? That's... Tsubaki shook her head. For a moment she had sympathy for the kidnapper. She gathered up her courage and answered Mao. I think, no matter your reasons, there are some things that you should never do. Wonderful. I'm deeply touched. Then, will you stop taking such actions? Stop? I won't call the police as long as you return Hiroaki to me. That's been my plan all along. She flung out those words, but it was not what she was thinking. Though she really didn't plan on calling the police, she still held hopes that Haru would catch the kidnapper. Come to think of it, she was really non-committal. As if he had already known her thoughts, Mao said, There are some things one should never do. Occasionally, though, something comes up that must be done regardless. That's what I think. Please, that's enough of this. Enough indeed. What about your brother? There was an urge in her right now to ignore the consequences and turn around. Hiroaki! Is he alright? Yusumi really wants to insist he's dead, but he's alive, safe and sound. He may be locked up, but every day food and drinks are provided and his room's kept warm. This one sentence eased the tension on Tsubaki's mind. She sighed in relief, forming a white haze in the cold air. I like kids. I gave him a little toy yesterday during some free time. Your brother was excited. Such a playful boy. I see. She held back tears. Hope flooded her heart. She felt refreshed now that her predominant concern had been sorted out. For now, at least.
Yes.
Do you want me to return him? She wanted to answer, but she could not choke out a voice. I want to see him. Then can I trust you to obey my orders? The devil sneered. His voice carried with it a tempting invitation. An invitation that was impossible to refuse. Tsubaki tasted a strange, perverted sense that he was directing her to the borders of hell. However, that awkward feeling only lasted for but a moment. The thick clouds covered the approaching November night sky, introducing an endless darkness.
Well, there's one or two options. We can keep it here, and I can push it to at least a little bit before 8 o'clock for me. It's about 7:23 p.m. for now.
Okay.
I can't push it before that, or we drop it here. What do you think? I can do either.
Let's see. We've been going for 3.5 hours, more or less. And I think that's a good place to leave it, where we just finished off.
Alright, man. Well, that was a good stream, not gonna lie.
Yeah, I'm excited to see where things go from here. Now that the big confrontation is over,
now that we're seeing the aftermath of what's happening.
But I think
I'm really curious to see what's going to happen with Hiroaki and
Tsubaki as well, because
oh yeah, for sure.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'm also curious to see how things develop between Yusumi and Kiyosuke.
Yeah. Because it seems like they're relying on Kyosuke, so it's like the reveal. Ooh.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh, this is gonna be interesting.
Yeah. I would say this was the most exciting session I've had of this since we started this series.
Oh yeah, this has been interesting.
Even before this, yeah, for sure. But
This entire
that build up to, that build up on Friday to what went down tonight, man.
Overall, in the memory of like most of this, like the build up to like Mal even being revealed as a character, like was fucking intense. Like this entire series so far has been really enjoyable. Like it's developing its twists and turns. Like it pretty much brings the VN databases like what am I calling a description about this? Because like pretty much yeah, like it pretty much says like and almost without delay, the two begin a deadly cat and mouse game, bringing you and your friends into the crossfires. Plotting, political intrigue, and layer upon layer of interlocking traps are the weapons in this epic battle of wits. So it is pretty much we're getting that interlocking, just again and again, escalating drama, escalating twists.
And I am very happy to be along for the ride.
Oh yeah, like I thought something was just. I thought like I didn't think Tsubaki would have such a big role to play in this cat and mouse game.
Oh, definitely.
Because I think something's developing within Tsubaki, and it's
Yeah.
scary to think.
Yeah,
Like,
just
I'm
what
thinking, like,
what's going to happen over the course of this next week or so if they continue to
yeah,
meet like this. Just
'cause it's
it
clear to
scares
see
me
that.
to think what is going to happen,
Because he's
to Tsubaki
introducing, yeah,
after, more and more meetings like this, because it's
yeah,
already,
it's clear
affected
that
her.
it's clear that he's like implanting suggestions. Like, even with the conversations, like, the only thing that's keeping us sane is the will and resolve to get Hiroaki back. And I think Mao, my personal theory, is he's going to test the waters and see to what length she will go and eventually corrupt her.
Oh, definitely. I
Yeah,
I
this is
I
going to be
can buy
interesting.
into that theory.
Yeah. Anyway, it was good having another stream with you.
Let me know when you're available to do more of this, because
Yeah, I definitely
I'm going to be thinking more about this over the coming days here.
Yeah, it's just been the twists have just been getting intense.
It's been getting so much better as it goes along, and I'd say this was my favorite session of this yet.
Yeah. Granted, like,
not just because of the climactic
what would you reckon?
showdown, but because
I'm just looking at your playlist. Like, out of visual novels, we're starting to get to one of your longest running ones.
oh, definitely.
Because I think your longest one would be World of Dreams.
World of Dreams, or hold on, let me go to my playlists.
Well, there's a lot of them that are about 8 or 9, but there's one that's like 12, which is World of Dreams.
Yeah, World of Dreams was an extremely long one. I was going to say the next longest one that I can think of was Exit Music Redux.
Yeah, 9.
Yeah, it took us 6 parts to get through the main story of that, and then 3 parts to do the 3 parts to do the rest of the bonus features and the alternate endings and stuff.
Yeah.
So there was
weird.
there was a lot to it, to be sure.
But looks like Devil on G strings and turning out to might at this point, if it's only chapter 2 that we're on, like
Oh yeah,
still, like we might will be
yeah,
soon probably surpassing your longest running series.
yeah.
Mm.
It's funny how my playlist for Devil and G String, it says 8 videos, but that's just because there was that unlisted one that was erased. So it just doesn't show, except for the fact that there was another video that's no longer available.
Yeah, so 7 parts. So we are really getting to the nitty and gritty of this.
Yep, we're getting pretty thick into it now.
Yeah.
I've got to see how this finishes.
Oh yeah.
But yeah,
definitely.
just wonder how much longer Chapter 2 is going to go on for at this rate.
Oh yeah. For anyone still there, take care.
Yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I look forward to seeing more of your art in the art sharing chat of me. So yeah.
Yep, I will be looking forward to that as well.
Yeah.
And
So it's
fucking Underskins just comes up as the perfect time.
Yep. Ciao, mate.
Alright, take care. Take care.